Danfall offers unparalleled, curated, and bespoke tours across Africa for travelers seeking genuine cultural experiences, enriched with magnificent sights, sounds, and flavors found on the continent. Each trip is reliably curated to ensure visitors are gifted with an immersive and authentic adventure. Whether you find yourself strolling along the charming white sand beaches of Sierra Leone, feasting on the mouth-watering delicious foods in Senegal, observing or partaking in various aspects of the Isheshi traditional system Ifa native to Yoruba land, Nigeria, with Danfall, you will rediscover a fulfilling sense of kinship to the true heart of the motherland, her communities. Our core values focus on integrity, quality, safety, and sustainability. We are uniquely committed to assisting with the advancement of African infrastructure and promoting African businesses, so both travelers and the communities they visit receive beneficial exchanges. At Danfall, we understand the importance of connectivity, and we have created a model which provides bespoke experiences based on your passions or hobbies. With us, expect a long-lasting spiritual bond between you and your destinations. Live, love, Danfall, Africa. To learn more, visit danfall.africa.
Peace, fam. We are live again. Donnie Samir, search for Huru. Thank you all. Thanks so much for joining. Hit that like button. Please hit that like button. Also, make sure you share and make sure you subscribe. Had a great Saturday, y'all. Yesterday, we celebrated Zaka here at my friend's boutique. If you're ever in Atlanta, off of Ralph David Abernathy at Westview Makers, is Zaka Boutique. That's my sister's boutique. Come and support the boutique if you're ever in the area. Yeah, so we were there yesterday for Zaka. We had a great time, enjoyed ourselves, ate some great Haitian food. Y'all know I love to eat. Y'all know I love Haitian food. I eat all that stuff. Haitian food and Senegalese food are my top two cuisines. In fact, hold on. Let me hold on one second. Let me I'm gonna make a whatchamacallit, a Facebook post real quick on that. Hold on, give me a second. Let's see here. Sorry guys, let me post this real quick. Haitian and Senegalese food are the top two in the world. Let me post that real quick. Bam. Bam. Okay. Bam. There we go. Just had to, that was on my mind. I had to share my thoughts with the world. Okay. Haitian food and Senegalese food cuisine are the best in the world. Shout out to ZD Transport. Brother, are you rolling to Nigeria? What is it, August? Speaking of, are you rolling to Nigeria with us in August? You rolling? Again, you rolling with us? Come and join us, man. Come and join us in Nigeria. Love, we will talk, my friend. There we go. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. I know you want to come. We just call me, text me, Let's finally make it let's finally make this happen, okay? Again, let's finally make this happen. We'll love to love to host you in Nigeria. Guys, visit Danfall.Africa. Again, visit Danfall.Africa to learn more. Again, please visit Danfall.Africa, that's Danfo.Africa to learn more. We would love to host you on one of our excursions to the continent. We're going to Accra and Abidjan in November, Nigeria in August for the Oshun Festival, Kenya, that's a new one. He didn't finish it right, but that's okay. September 30th to October 8th. Senegal next week, Zanzibar, and Benin for Voodoo Days in January. That's where we're going. So if you're interested in joining, come and join us. Come and join us. We'll love to host you on one of our many excursions. Without further ado, let's jump into today's topic. What's going on in Mali right now? There's a lot going on in Mali in the AES. Really, we're going to focus on Mali today, but Mali is the AES. And word on the street is, so I'm going to do another show tomorrow. How Russia, you got your guys' favorite ally, how they're playing both sides. And Russia's doing just the bare minimum so they don't violate their agreement with Mali in regards to the resources. But Russia is definitely playing both sides. But word on the street is that France promised northern Mali to the Tuareg rebels in exchange for Gaddafi. So, of course, when your guys' favorite president, Barack Obama, decided that he wanted to remove Gaddafi, I know people love Obama. I know they do. But I don't think people understood the overall, like the bigger picture of what this meant and how we're feeling what happened, the consequences of what happened and the fallout right now, today, as we speak. I still don't think people have completely grasped that. Or if they have, they just won't accept it because it's Obama. And not defending Gaddafi, not saying, hold on, I got some, sorry about that, y'all. Not saying Gaddafi is perfect, not saying he didn't have ulterior motives. But when Gaddafi was removed at the request of Barack Obama, the fallout, I don't think people really thought it would get to this point. Because that whole Sahel now is a mess, thanks to Obama and France. So, word on the street, the Tuareg rebels are like, listen, this Azawad, which was never promised to them in the first place. Originally, they swear it was, but it never truly was. The French came and said, okay, you know what? We're sorry, but we'll make it up to you. Give us Gaddafi's head, you have your northern Mali, you have your land. So allegedly, that's what this is really about. And the Tuaregs are like, listen, you promised us this. You owe us this. So we know for a fact that these jihadists are backed by Ukraine. Right? So they're getting intelligence from Ukraine and France. And this is something that's not going to go away. And I mean, Mali has the AES has to do something. But let me pull this up real quick. But this plays a huge role in this too.
They're right. For the third consecutive year, wealth per capita in France is below the European average. We are behind Cyprus, a country with only 1.2 million inhabitants, behind Belgium, behind Austria, and the Eastern European countries continue to catch up with us year after year. Basically, France, which was one of the most prosperous nations in Europe, has officially slipped into the second half of the European Union ranking. And it's not an accident. It's 3 years in a row. It's the trend. 3,500 billion euros of debt, a sacrificed industry, closed factories, a tax system that drives away all those who create wealth, and public spending that skyrockets for zero results. So while the English mock us in the newspapers, what are our politicians doing? Well, they raise taxes, they talk about banning.
Let me say this. It can go away, but it's not going to be easy. I mean, it could definitely go away, but it's not going to be easy fight. And I want Mali to stomp these jihadists into the ground. Okay, no, I do not want Mali to turn into an Islamic state at all. So we have to stomp the jihadists into the ground.
A British newspaper just headlined, France is sinking into third world country status. And it's not me saying it, it's GB News. And the worst part is, they're right. For the third consecutive year, wealth per capita in France is below the European average. We are behind Cyprus, a country with only 1.2 million inhabitants, behind Belgium, behind Austria, and the Eastern European countries continue to catch up with us year after year. Basically, France, which was one of the most prosperous nations in Europe, has officially slipped into the second half of the European Union ranking. And it's not an accident. It's 3 years in a row. It's the trend. 3,500 billion euros of debt, a sacrificed industry, closed factories, a tax system that drives away all those who create wealth, and public spending that skyrockets for zero results. So while the English mock us in the newspapers, what are our politicians doing? Well, they raise taxes, they talk about banning VPNs, and they talk to us about a digital pass. So the country that invented human rights, gastronomy, luxury, the art of living, this country is becoming the laughingstock of all of Europe. And the saddest part is that no one in France is telling you about it. It takes an English newspaper to tell you for you to realize. Share this video with someone who you think needs to wake up.
والتروسية في مالي.
News media is going to be very shy about telling us the real reason why it's fallen, the economic reasons why it's fallen. On his way out, the ousted Prime Minister, Mr. Francois, said, "You might kick me out, you might remove me, but that does not change the economic problems for the country." I'm paraphrasing. The real reason why France has failed as a government is because Africa has taken its power back. Ever since the country of Niger in the Sahel, in Central West Africa, decided to nationalize its uranium, France has never been the same again. This uranium that state-owned companies like Orano, French-owned companies like Orano had been siphoning, stealing under the previous government, today, Niger turned off the faucet. Niger said no more. So Niger, under the new governance of President Tiani, is nationalizing its uranium. This uranium France was stealing not only to light its beautiful cities like Paris and Nice, it was also using it to run its electrical manufacturing and industries. All of these are processing and running their nuclear reactors on top of it all. So these things that are the foundations of an economy, like manufacturing and processing, right now that the electricity in France, their energy is not safe. They do not have a reliable place to get their energy from. This is why they're suffering. But it's not going to be told that way on international news media. You're only going to hear it from people like me and others who are truth tellers. So yeah, this is why. This is what happens. This is proof that African leaders are in service of either them or us.
So again, France has made a deal with the Tuaregs. Hey, we'll help you guys to stabilize and take over the country. Just give us some of the resources. Bring us back in as partners. That's what this is about. Remove the junta. I hate saying the term junta. Remove the government that's in power right now. Help us remove them. And we'll put you guys back in power. We'll put you guys in power. Bring Mali as it is, bring it to its knees, take over, and give us back access to the resources. That's what this is about. So I'm curious, what is Ukraine's interest? Ukraine is in a proxy war with Russia. And Russia is playing both sides, but I'll do a show on that tomorrow. France is, again, meddling in things. And in that, they're promising the Tuaregs, hey, we'll give you guys northern Mali. And not only northern Mali, they want to give them all of Mali. And they have to be stopped. Guys, links in the chat room. Link is in the chat room. If you want to call in and add to the conversation, you're more than welcome to call in.
So the French government has fallen.
You're more than welcome to call in and add to the convo. Again, if you want to call in and add to the conversation, you are more than welcome to call in and add to the convo. JC Inc., thank you for $1.99. Holla, Macron puts French citizens at risk for retaliation. Yeah, guys, links in the chat room. If you want to call in, click on that link. Let it have you. We could chop it up about the topic. Thank you, JC Inc., for the super chat. All right, go ahead, Elvis.
All right, Dennis, thank you. Hello to you in the panel. Look, I think what you said about France being behind it, I'm not going to dismiss it. It's possible. And yeah, I read saw some videos that mentioned about the agreement that the former government had. I think the last civilian government before the coup, they had an agreement with this, well, not really agreement, but they had some collaboration with this Muslim imam from the northern part of, Mali. I think his name is Diko or whatever his name is, who was an advisor to the president at the time. And I think he sent him out to Saudi Arabia as an ambassador or something. And the guy is pretty, he's really popular with amongst the Tuaregs people. And I think after the coup, he had lost, some access to, the government at the time. So he kind of wanting to hide in Algeria. Algeria, I think that's where he is right now. So he's kind of running things from, in exile or So I think the fact that the French are perhaps now working with him and the Tuareg rebels, that's a possibility. I'm not going to say it's not. But another thing I want to bring to the forefront is that in Mali in 2012, when we still had Ellen Johnson Sirleaf as our president, we had troops, Liberian troops, who went to Mali in collaboration with the United Nations as peacekeeping force. And we had one Liberian who died during that, that mission. And I think 11 others were injured. So there were other Africans who were willing, of course, they were getting paid by the United Nations and whatever, but they were willing to go to Mali to kind of help, stabilize the government. But the thing is that after the coup, they kicked out the United Nations peacekeeping force that was there. They kicked out a lot of other groups who, again, may have helped with the situation, but they were so rash to kick them out, and they isolated themselves. They were either kicked out of ECOWAS or refused to cooperate with the ECOWAS government. And now they're pretty much on their own. And I'm hearing news now that the ES don't have enough forces to really focus strategically on just on Mali because they have to protect their own countries individually. So my point here is that if they could work with ECOWAS and form a new force that's going to be like a regional force, because don't forget, ECOWAS is an economic, organization. The E in ECOWAS stands for economic. So it's not a military organization that countries are putting forth to protect the region. I think they have to probably expand the use of ECOWAS and maybe incorporate some regional military force, especially with this new threat of jihadists and Islamists in the region. But I think Mali and other countries need to come back to ECOWAS, before they can even start talking about what the new cooperation would be in terms of political. The military part of it has to happen so that we can all protect our region. But I definitely think the current government is under some pressure, and Goita is kind of looking weak. And I think he felt like perhaps the other states were going to protect him. They would have came to his aid, and there was a military base, I think it's called Tassad or whatever, that was taken over by the jihadists. And it's just things are just falling, and Bamako now looks to be in real threat of being overran by these guys. So the sooner the better. West Africa need to come together and really try to help Mali and those other countries get rid of these jihadists. If France is involved, they have to show the evidence. I know Burkina Faso have been great showing evidence against people who have been plotting against them. They need to bring that evidence out to the entire world so we can see it, and then we will turn against France, and push for their removal from other African countries. But thank you, Donnie. I'll pass the mic.
All right, go ahead,
Yeah.
Don.
All right. Yes. So on the topic, did France secretly promise northern Mali to the Tigris? Is that yeah? That's the topic. Yeah. Yes, I believe so. I absolutely believe so, because that's been the game. That's been the game for for hundreds of years. Hundreds of years. That's how most North African countries got, their indigenous people got replaced, so that's the pattern. And that's the pattern that's been going on for, hundreds and hundreds of years, bandits, rebels, form alliances with external parties, external government parties to do their bidding. Then at the end of the day, they get a reward, I mean, a perfect example of this would be, the next door neighbor, which is Nigeria, because similar things did take place in Nigeria and most African countries as well. So I believe absolutely, yeah, there is obviously that type of correlation there where, if they manage to overthrow Mali, the Malian government, then they will get a good hand, a good placement. So yeah, I mean, that's the pattern there. If you look at North Africa, it's been obviously it's been whitewashed, and that's the story. That's been the story so far. But I'm hoping that Mali and the Sahel Alliance will get closer, form a tighter unit and work more cohesively together in terms of tackling these bandits. And I think they're doing well. They're doing really well, but it's just there needs to be more networking, and more joint ventures, more joint operations in terms of tackling these bandits. In the last few couple of days, as you've seen, there's been a lot of these terrorists who have been killed, who have obviously tried to gain position, but they've been pushed back. So I think overall they're doing well, but it's just more networking. And yeah, I mean, it will come to a time where I think they will break the terrorists they will break their cohesion, their terrorist cohesion, and they'll make advancements, you know. But in terms of other ECOWAS countries helping Mali, I don't think that's going to happen. Not with the current governments in place. Not with the current governments, because, you know, as you know, the current governments in place, they're sneaky. They like backdoor operations, and I just can't see them, you know, coming together and helping Mali or any of the Sahel nations as it stands, you know. But hey, who knows? Who knows? But I think the Sahel, they need to stick together. They need to get tighter and closer, and that's the way forward. Yeah. So rest my case.
All right, guys, hit the like button again. Please hit that like button. Now, go ahead, Africa. Well, let me read these seconds. Let me read this to the chat. JC, thank you for $9. Holla, you're welcome, my bro. They shit without Africa. All right, go ahead, Africa.
Yeah, greetings everyone. God gift fairness, everyone, Britain, and also on the chat. Yeah, it's interesting listening to some kind of narrative being pushed here. But yeah, as you said, first of all, we know for a fact, let's not shift the goalposts, okay? Dennis, you're on the analysis, when you opened the show, you're spot on. People, deliberately are ignoring the fact here that Obama, messed up Africa. He messed up the Sahel. He messed up West Africa.
Facts.
He just did. And I hope
Not true.
Okay, I'm not. Listen, Dennis, please. If any basically, if you some certain people, I don't want to have an interaction with a certain type of people because I know myself and I know how I place myself and where I rate myself as a human being. I'm just begging you, Elvis, please. I don't want you to intertext me or don't talk to me. Just ignore me. Pretend I'm not here. We're just sharing the platform. Yeah, just leave it as that. I respect that. So the reality is. The guy and the French work hand in hand, and which we came, we saw, and we left Hillary and destroyed Libya. And they know that area you call, the Sahel. We had the longest treaty, one of the longest treaty in the world. People that know that region very well. It's not someone that go on YouTube and just listen to some, propaganda that been passed on based on their own narrative that they want to come here and push. They can do that and destroy their own brain cells. Fine, but we know our history that we wrote down. We had the longest treaty with these people. Don't touch us. We were not going to touch you, and it stuck. And it was there for years. And all of a sudden, bam, Libya. We know Libya was the Tuaregs were the one who protected Gaddafi, and we know these people ran into the different region, and by the time you know it, the entire West Africa has been blown up. Since then, we haven't had peace. Now you can break it down to tribal lines, religious lines, based on critical minerals, whatever you want to place it on, whatever is your ideology, whatever is your agenda, whatever you've been paid to come online and push here, do it. But we're not stupid. We're from this region. We're not talking from outside. We're talking from the inside. You have no connection to these people. You have no connection to the region. You have nobody who is currently in that area fighting. You haven't lost a single life in this war. You're just online talking. In fact, some of these people, I believe they've been paid to come online to spread wrongdoing. These brothers been doing this. Some of these guys were trained. They've been fighting in the ground. They know exactly what they're facing over the years. And they come together and say, look, we have to come together and deal with this because we don't have any help. And they tried. Basically, French came, situation was getting worse. IBK was kicked out of power. And its situation got worse. So they're like, okay, now we need different allies. And the alliance that they was building, it wasn't working. NATO was in the same region in the Sahel for 10 years. fighting these guys. It didn't get better. So places like Burkina Faso, as I said, I saw military officers sitting the ground crying and said, "What are we gonna do?" You know, and they had to get Russia. Russia came in. Of course, we know for a fact. If you look at the Libyan war, the West was Russia was funding the other side. The West was funding the other side. We understand how these guys play double agent. That's the reason why I always been saying here, don't put yourself in one corner. Stick to the allies that you know who are best for you. Don't say, "Oh, I'm only going to work with the Russian or the West or the East or the North or the South." Our solution is in Africa. We need to find a way to form a significant. This is the ground troop work mainly. I think it's a ground troop, and also we can use air defenses and stuff like that, and then firepower in the air. But we need to obviously national. We have to make sure every single boy at the age of 18 go into conscript. They need to go and fight because we were going to lose the entire region to the Tuaregs. And that's what will happen. The line is going to come down and come down and come down and come down. By the time you know it, these people that you call Northerners, these Tuaregs or the Berbers, they will take over most of West Africa. And then we're probably going to be fighting over Congo. You see what happened in South Africa. South Africa is gone. There's no way getting that place back. It's done. North Africa is gone. Do you want West Africa to go? We need to put all these tribal differences, all these religious differences aside, and be grown up for once. This all this dusty tribe shit never helped us. Nothing. It never helped us gain anything about division. We need to stand up for once and say, let's put everything aside. This is what our ancestors did when the colonial were approaching. They said, you know what, let's put these tribal businesses aside. Let's come together. Then let's deal with these people first. Then after, we can talk. I mean, the other day, last time I was here, people were saying, "Oh, Dumbuya in Guinea, they sell out because he worked with the French and this." How most of the generals are in Guinea right now training. The French, Putin just sent the envoy. I can send the link for you on the here. I can send the link. Putin sent one of his military generals to Guinea Conakry to go and see the Guinean government to tax them. And obviously, as he sent some, I can see the body language of Guinea. Guinea doesn't trust anybody. They just want to work with whoever is benefiting them. And how you cannot relax with your security. You cannot relax with your borders. Your borders, every morning you need to fly over and patrol these borders. You need to check. You need to send ground troops. You need to have air troops, even the waters. This is what we've been facing in West Africa. This is what this country's been doing. That's how they manage to keep these guys away. We can't be complacent. We have bigger enemies out there. The East, the West, the North, the South, they all desperately need something that we have. We need, basically, we have uranium, we have all these critical minerals, and we're sitting on them and we're fighting each other all the time based on Abrahamic religion and tribal, differences that haven't really benefited us to the highest points in our times yet. Since maybe the days of the Egyptian dynasties or maybe the days of the Mali Empire. Let's look, if those tribes that have history, that have had significance, they've done it before. We know how to do this again. We need to look back. We need to find the spirit of our ancestors, how we managed to do this in the past, and come back again and fight these people and regain our ancestral land. I pass the mic for now. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you.
No problem. Go ahead, man. Sake.
Yeah, peace and love to chat. Well,
yeah, peace, brother.
I hope everyone's doing good. I definitely want to respond to Elvis because I don't know what he's getting his information from. Now, I made it clear before, but I don't know, he never pays attention. But that's why they have the AES force. The AES force comprised of 15,000 troops. And as soon as the attack happened, they were deployed. And also Burkina Faso and Niger had gave them air support to pretty much prevent any reinforcements of mercenaries to enter into Mali. So as you know, in Kidal, in order for you to hold it, you need water, you need fuel, you need supplies, you need ammunition. If you don't have 4 of those, they're not going to survive in Kidal. So right now they're cutting them off from any reinforcements. And not
Right. So
only that,
Mansec, I think I read something. I got to read it again. I think a lot of the those jihadis are actually just leaving Kidal and just walking home.
they're because they're scared because of what's going on. But the thing is, right, even if they try to run, because I don't know if you heard recently, some of the Tuaregs ran to Algeria, but while the JNM was trying to run to Mauritania, they got neutralized before they even got to Mauritania. I'm not too sure if you heard about that, but
Yeah, I
I'm
didn't
just
hear about
saying,
that one.
yeah, because like, look, like on the east side, Niger is there. We're there with their drones. On the east, on the west side, Burkina Faso is there with their drones. In addition to that, you have Fama in the air, and you have the African Corps in the air.
So how
And
did Mali lose that military base to the terrorists?
how did they move that military base
How did
to
they
the
lose
terrorists?
the military base to the terrorists?
Okay, like I said before, what happened was, as you know, there's 12,000 of them, 12,000 mercenaries. That is a mini army. Any other country or any other terrorist attack besides Syria, no other country in West Africa ever had that much. So when they came huge in number. And guess how much got neutralized that day? 1,000 got neutralized that day.
Did they lose
When
the
they
military base?
listen to what I gotta say. They lost. 1,000 got neutralized. What happened was on the Tuareg side, they wanted to cease fire. So in that negotiation, they said, okay, we're gonna do a tactical withdrawal, which we're gonna get all of our equipment. We're gonna take the wounded, and we're going to withdraw, and we're gonna come back another day. It wasn't a route. What a route is, you go, you run, you leave your supplies there, and you leave your wounded. So they did what is called a tactical withdrawal, and they left. And right now they fighting back in Kidal. That's what happened. I
Look,
mean, you can
Dennis,
look it
I
up.
want.
Hold on, Elvis. I mean, like you got a phone. You can look what is called a tactical withdrawal in the
I don't
route.
want to
I
hear that
need you to.
nonsense because you
No,
think we're
you don't
stupid,
have
and
to hear. No,
when you
no,
do
no,
that, you
no,
insult our
no, no,
intelligence.
no, no. I'm not saying that you're
We
stupid.
saw the
I
Russian
mean,
fleeing, and you said that was a tactical
okay. So
retreat.
do you know what a tactical withdrawal is?
They lost the military base.
Do
That's the
you
point I was
know? Do
telling
you
you, and
know? Do
you
you
said
know?
everything but
Do you
acknowledge that they
do you
lost that
know? Do
military
you
base.
know? Do you know what a tactical withdrawal is? Yes or no? Just say I don't know,
I
or do you
know,
know?
I know when people are defeated and they're retreating.
Do you
Dinus
know
saw
what a
it clear as
tactical
day, and
withdrawal
you
is?
try to
Do
give him
you
some
know
bullshit
what a
talking for him.
tactical? Do you know what a tactical withdrawal is? Yes or no?
I don't care what you're talking about.
Okay,
I'm
so I
telling
so I
you,
don't so I
they
don't care what
lost
you
the
talk
Man,
about.
military base.
I don't care what you
man
talk
say,
about.
go,
I don't
I
care
want to
what you
hear
talk
what you
about.
say, man say, just
They
continue.
lost
Okay,
the
so
military base. What are you
so
talking
back
about?
to
Tactical
what I
retreat.
said. So I don't
What
care.
kind
I
of
don't care
nonsense
what
is
you got
that?
to say. Just shut your mouth. I don't care what
No,
you
you
got to
shut
say.
your mouth. You come here talking
Shut your mouth.
bullshit,
No,
and you
you
don't know what
talking
you're talking
nonsense
about.
because only
Don't
you.
try to insult our
Well,
intelligence by being dishonest on the
Can
platform.
you respect the brother and let
apparently,
him speak?
right. Thank you. I didn't cut you off,
Don't do
Elvis.
that, man. Sake.
No. Anyways, like I was saying.
Tactical
So
retreat,
apparently,
my ass.
yeah, whatever. Well, anyways, like I was saying, Elvis does not know that they have an AES force. So anytime
Where were
Article
the
5
AEF
gets in,
force when that military base got taken out? Where were they when Kamara got killed? Where were they?
there was in Bamako and Kadi.
Okay, they
Oh,
weren't
okay,
there to
yeah,
do
yeah, but
anything.
yeah, exactly. Because you don't know. Just say I
They
don't know.
weren't
You don't
there.
know. You don't know. You don't know what you're talking about because they were there in
I know
Bamako
that
and Kadi.
they got
They
killed,
were
and they
there
weren't
in
there to
Kadi
protect
and
them.
they
The
were
military
there
base got
in
taken over. They weren't there
Bamako and
to
they
protect it.
were
That's what I know.
destroyed. And there's
Dennis,
videos.
can this guy stop interrupting, please? Because
So just
I want to
shut,
hear what
just
man
shut
is
it.
saying.
Thank you. Because you don't know. You don't have family there. You don't know nothing. Just say I don't know. I have family there in Mali. Thank you.
Oh yeah,
Like I
your
was.
family was
Thank you.
protecting Kamara from getting killed. Okay,
But yet you didn't do nothing though, Elvis.
I'm telling you the facts, and you're arguing against
What did you
facts.
do? What did you do
The
for
the
Liberia,
Sahel force
Elvis?
Hey,
wasn't there to stop
hey,
them from getting killed.
Elder, don't interrupt him. Man, say he got 30 seconds. Got to pass the mic to me.
Okay, so like I
Please.
was saying,
Oh,
the AS force they were in Kadi and they were from Bamako, and as you know, anytime they do a coup, they'll go take the capital. But guess what? They failed. And as you know, Dinus, if you can go on Facebook, type in Kati, you will see the interview of the JNIM member that goes on video who's speaking Bombada, and he's saying that how his plan was supposed to go and take over Bamako, and he failed because what's his face? They overwhelmed him. And right now, they're trying to get out. They're not going to win. But again, AS force is there. They haven't gone nowhere. They have air support, and sooner or later, they're going to get neutralized, and they're going to win, and they're going to get Kidal back. I pass the mic.
Thank you, Masik. Thank you.
I want to
Go,
say
go, go
something,
ahead.
but maybe you want to pass the mic,
No,
Darius.
hold on, Elvis. Go ahead, V.
Hello, everyone. I hope you
Well,
all.
greetings, my sis. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Um, it is very sad when we currently, if you assess what is going on, and as I keep saying, all the coastal countries should not sit down and relax and say that we are relatively safe. This is far away from us. If these people manage to take over and they manage to do a damage to the Sahel with the help of the external forces, and it's a plain obvious there is an external forces involved. And any African that will come here and say, well, I believe so, I don't believe it. Come on now. Come on. There is a huge external forces involved. What is going on? These people cannot amass that amount of weaponry and all that effort to go, because they see Mali, that Mali is a little bit shaky. And it's true. Mali is shaky. All the Sahel is shaky, but Mali is more shaky because there's a lot of division within the Malian elite and the system there. The politicians don't want to come back. And there's a certain part of the army. I mean, currently there's a huge, apparently there was a big, what is it called, betrayal within the army. There was a big betrayal in the army. That's why this happened. Now, for us as Africans, to sit there and claim that, I mean, I was listening to Elvis. It's not that I want to attack you, Elvis. I just couldn't understand what the point you're trying to make. That would it be okay for these Tuaregs to get hold of half of Mali? They wouldn't stop there. If they get hold of half of Mali, they actually want the whole of Mali. They don't want just half. And what do you expect the people that are going to live under this tyrannical people? And if you look at the history of the Tuareg people, look at the history of them. They've been working with every sort of invasion that came onto the land. And when during the period of colonization and all that, they were working with the French. The French has always said they're good, what do they call them? A good ally that they have had, them and the Berbers and some of the Berbers and so forth, right? So if they, somewhere along the line, they believe they were promised something, I don't know, I don't have any access to facts on that, so I cannot say. There have been videos going around. There have always been in cooperation with the French. So if they were promised something, why should it be so surprised to anybody? Because you have to look at the history, not just the Tuaregs. Look at, even I always use Ghana as an example. When the Europeans were in Ghana, during the colonial time, we didn't read their kinds. There was a certain group of kinds that they disagree with the often you have one tribe that will be stronger within their kind, that will be looking, sort of taking over the whole their kinds, and then they'll raise the army, and they'll be very forceful and sort of dominate their kinds. But then you have smaller tribes within their kind that they'll be resisting that. And the Europeans were using them. Then they were using them to get to the other, and so they always find a weaker point within your community. And the Tuaregs are the weaker point for Mali. Okay? These people, even a combination of the Arabs and that's in the country, they're less than 6%. If at the Tuaregs in Mali, with there's some group of Arabs, I forgot how they call them, they are less than 6%. And these people want Mali to hand them over half of their territory, where there are other ethnic groups in there. There is this what is it? Songhai, the oh God, I've forgotten. I was reading up the other day the tribes that live within that region that the Tuaregs are claiming it belongs to them, which it doesn't.
Bambara, Fulani, Songhai, Manyanka, and Songhai. You know, they got different. They got Soninke, Afro. No, that's it. These are the West African native who have always been in that land, who allow them to come and settle. They married our women and they feel comfortable. This is what they did. They betraying us. It's fine, but continue, sister. You're right. Go on.
Okay. And these tribes are there. So you want them to hand over that huge chunk of land to them. And what happens to those tribes? They push down, pile on to the other tribes down, which is going to create another conflict on its own. So either way, it is not going to end until Mali and the AES get stronger and stamp on them, because they need to get rid of them. They need to keep quiet and live within the country, or go back to Libya where they originally came from, and leave we Africans alone. These people have been they're racist towards their own black Africans, thinking that they're much superior or better than anybody. Secondly, everybody keep attacking the AES. The AES, how long have they been in existence? The AES have been in existence less than 5 years, 4 years or something. Okay, and all this issue that has been going on for years, over 10 years. Elvis was mentioning the MINUSMA, or whatever they called them, which was the United Nations army that they got together within the region, that they were supposed to support the Malians at the time. And some of these leaders, particularly Ibrahim and Goita, they were fighting within that. And they said that those groups, they were not there to help them. When there is an issue that they could go in and sort it out, they'll put the brakes on them. They've said that. So what were they there for? What was the point of these people? They were there just to appease a group of people who are less than 4 million. If you combine the Tuareg and the other group, 4 million. Mali is at least about 28 million population. So they should allow a group of 4 million to dominate the other group, for whose benefit? Obviously, for the external forces that are supporting this group. So come on, you guys have to. It's very
the one Mauritania part 2, the one number 2 Mauritania.
Dennis, can I come here, please? I asked to speak after V.
Hold on.
Carry on, sister.
Hold on. Get V. You got a minute. I got to pass the mic to Elvis.
Okay, a similar situation that's going on is currently happening in Mauritania. Okay, so instead of us to support our brethren who currently have their backs against the wall because they've lived under this so-called democracy and dictatorship, a very bad governance for many, many years, that have demoralized the army, they are only now trying to build themselves up. And we sit here, where they can't do this. And why do they think they can do this? How dare they try to defend themselves? How dare they try to defend their territory, to defend their land, their ancestral land? Do you know that Ibrahim, his ancestral land was at some point taken over by the Tuaregs, where his ancestors were? He said it. Okay, so we have to do our best to support our brothers instead of trying to create unnecessary divisions. That I don't know what to say. I'm getting frustrated, so I'll just Dennis, pass the mic. Maybe I'll gather myself and speak later.
All right, go ahead, Elvis.
All right, thank you, Dennis. Look, I wanted to point back to this whole Gaddafi thing, because I think you mentioned it, Dennis. Gaddafi has had more people killed indirectly in Africa than even the terrorists are doing right now. You know, Gaddafi was training, Charles Taylor, Foday Sankoh, Jonas Savimbi, another group called SWAPOs, the West African People's Alliance. So he trained a lot of these rebel guys during the 1990s, went into Africa, killed. Just Liberia alone, we lost 250,000 people because of that war. He was supporting Charles Taylor with arms, through Burkina Faso. What happened in Sierra Leone. Foday Sankoh met Charles Taylor at the Mataba in Tripoli on that camp in Libya. That's how they both became intertwined. They both helped each other to wage wars in Liberia and Sierra Leone that killed many people. What happened with Jonas Savimbi in Angola, that war that lasted so long, killed a lot of people. So when we're talking about Gaddafi here, he did a lot of harm to Africa. for his own selfish political gains because he was trying to go against the West, and he supported African rebels, trained them in his country, gave them support and logistics to kill their own people in Africa. So
Okay, but
anytime you try to blame
I
Obama,
understand that, Elvis. But am I wrong in saying that what Obama did to Gaddafi destabilized the Sahel? Am I wrong for saying that?
no, when you say that it destabilized the Sahel, I can't say that's the truth. I can't say that's the truth because
Elvis, is it the truth or not? What makes it not the truth?
okay, so for example, Boko Haram, right, that allied themselves with Gaddafi, well, not with Gaddafi, but with Al Qaeda. Gaddafi was alive when Al Qaeda was operating, right? So they aligned themselves with terrorist organization, and it wasn't because of Gaddafi was dead; he was still alive. And Boko Haram was allying himself with Islamic terrorists, and and terrorizing northern Nigeria.
Okay, but
So
Elvis, you're all over the place. The Gaddafi being removed or assassinated, did that affect the Sahel? Yes or no?
you can say maybe the Tuaregs now have
No,
more arms.
Elvis.
I'm speaking, Dennis.
I know, but it's a simple question, a simple answer. Like, I mean, when Gaddafi was removed, okay, I understand how he backed Charles Taylor and Foday Sonko. I understand that. We're talking about the Sahel right now.
No, you say Africa. You said it destabilized Africa. That's what I'm trying to tell
No,
you.
I did not. I said the Sahel.
The
Yes,
Sahel.
I
I mean,
remember that, Dennis. I
just
remember what you
Mali,
said, Dennis.
just Mali mostly with the Tuaregs, right? But my point here is that somebody mentioned, I think it was V that said that those people are like 4 million because there's two groups. There's a Tuareg separatist group, and then there's the Islamic, JNM and the other smaller groups. The people you said there are only 4 millions. Fine, I think Mali is like 25.6 million people, the total population. So in your smart brain, you would think that 25 million people, or let's say 23 million people, can take care of the rest of those people from the north. But it hasn't been happening. It hasn't been happening. Those guys have been
Yeah,
gaining ground.
no, I don't understand why you're bringing in 20 the population of Mali
No,
taking
you said
over.
that the Arabs, the Tuaregs, are only like 4 million people, and Mali was like 28 million, but I think they're only like 26 million people.
You combine with there's an ethnic Arab that also they migrate over there. They're known. I don't know if they support the Tuaregs entirely, but the other indigenous group that are there on the land, they are far in higher proportion number. So what is it that I said that is wrong? That if the Tuaregs think that they should divide Mali in two and give them half, but I believe that's not just what all they want. They just want to take over the whole of Mali.
What I'm saying here is, as you know, Mali is pretty much fighting a two-pronged war. They're fighting those terrorists, the JNM, and they're fighting the Tuaregs in the north. And to the other brothers that said, well, the Sahel has a military force, like they have 15,000, whatever the people are. My point here is it's not as effective. I've called for more West African nations to come together and fight this war
It's the
along
whole
with the
point.
Sahel, with the Sahelan
Elvis,
states.
This is
That's
not
what I've been
making
calling
no
for.
damn sense. How the hell
I'm
is it
not
not effective? You got multiple
Hey,
people on the
bro,
front
you
line
don't want me to
fighting.
interrupt. You don't interrupt me, right? I'm making a point. You
Nah,
have your
because you
chance.
interrupt me, I'm getting my fair turn.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
then.
waiting for
All
that.
right, then. Let's do it. Let's do that then. So my point here is,
Right. So yeah,
if
let's do that.
the AES force was ineffective to protect Kamara, I don't know if they're doing intelligence gathering to monitor these people movement. To know that
well,
there was
I mean,
mobilizing all throughout
Do you
Mali
even know
to
what
do
happened? Do you even know what
simultaneous
happened?
attack on the country.
Do
So
you know
I
what
don't know if
happened
they're really
inside of
effective.
Command?
People hate to hear it, and you think when you make
Do
a
you know what
critical
happened inside of
analysis
Command?
of the Sahelan state, you hate them or you're against them. I'm telling you, if a
Do you know
military
what happened
force
inside of Command?
cannot combat, Islamic, jihadists or separatist groups, and they're killing your defense minister, arguably the second most powerful man in the country. They're taking over territories. The guy really close to Bamako. That's not a win. So we can
What
acknowledge
territory
that
is
they
he?
fail in that in that
Elvis,
operation, and maybe they can do better
He's not
next
even making
time.
Elvis is not
But
making no
my
damn.
call
You
is that
clarify
West
what I'm
African
saying.
nations
He's not
need
making
to
no
get
damn
involved
sense.
in helping to fight the war against the terrorists and the separatists. That's the point I'm making. I'm not against
Were they
them.
not in?
I'm just saying
Were they not in ECOWAS before?
they were
Was it not the
ineffective.
G5 Sahel?
you
They
know
were
what,
G5
Elvis?
Sahel.
ineffective.
There was a
That's the
time.
point I'm
Okay, but
making.
you saying that they was not before? And let me just clarify something, because clearly you don't even know what happened to Sado Kamara, okay? When they got attacked, first of all, it happened in the inside.
Is he there?
We lost.
Mazik,
Let me pass the mic. Let me pass the mic to Skywalker. Go ahead, Skywalker. Unmute yourself.
Greetings, diners and the panel. Can you guys hear me well?
yes, we're good.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. But yeah, of course, friends is, but not, I would say not only friends, I would also say the UAE, Arab nations on the outside of Africa are also supporting Tuareg, or really all these terrorists in general. And pretty much what it means to me as a whole, can you guys hear me?
You're better now. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, but to me, what it means as a whole is that Africans need to come together and be able to control the Arab expansion of Africa, right? It's not just these terrorist groups. I mean, think about it. We got Algeria in this. We got Libya in this. We got Mauritania in this. I mean, do we not see what's occurring right here on the continent? The Arabs are trying to expand through the influence of terrorism. I mean, and so if the black population do not get the Arab population in Africa, in North Africa, in control, and that population in North Africa is being sponsored by the UAE, and all other different type of avenues and other colonial powers or whatever, right? Because they all got a chunk of this African pie. And so if the black countries, especially in West Africa, but theoretically speaking as well in East Africa, do not come together to control the terrorist expansion, they are going to allow the Arabs to take over all of Africa, and the Arabs are going to be selling African resources to white people like they already are on an even more macro basis. So, it's ridiculous. Like as I said last time when I was on the panel, it's ridiculous that we allow these terrorists to come together and unite on our land to take our land, but we're not uniting to compel. To peel them up out of off the continent or wherever they need to be going, to at least control their expansion into West, North, and Southern Africa. And people always talk about Gaddafi, and I understand Dinus's point that at least when Gaddafi was in power, Libya was in control. It was a prosperous nation. There was no real reason for the Arabs to, there wasn't all that kind of chaos is going on in Libya now. But I seriously believe as well that eventually, if Gaddafi would have had his way, there'd have been, Arab police stations all over the continent. So I don't trust Arabs, at all. Right. They have no business on the continent. They have no business owning any of those resources. All of the resources that they have were gotten in blood, slavery, and castration of black folks. So, like I say, the Arab is the most immediate threat to black people. We can talk about France and all them and all that, but the Arabs got more territory in Africa than France does. Right. And at one point, yeah, a lot of those Arab countries were under the control of French colonialism, but they got there at first by brutalizing black folk, committing a genocide against black folk. These folks hate black folk, and we need to understand that. So if what's occurring, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say because I know I'm getting long-winded. If what's occurring in Libya and then what's occurring in Mauritania, which is the just outright straight up enslavement of black folk, and if the genocide in Sudan and the genocide that occurring in Congo, if all that can occur on the planet right now, man, we're in dangerous trouble. Black folks everywhere are in danger. So we got to get these puppets up out of power because these black people need to be coming together to fight to defend their land.
All right, let me pass.
Okay.
Let me pass. Go ahead, Louis.
Yeah, hello there, Dennis.
Hello. Yeah,
hello everybody. Listen, I won't make it too
long.
Great
turn, brother. Yeah.
All right then. I won't make it too long. I just want to emphasize one point. The AES wanted to go it alone. Okay. I think if they have not asked for help, then all you can do is watch them. There's nothing more you can do. They decided they wanted to go along. They decided they wanted to pick up a gun and overtake the countries they come from. So now the ball is in their court. As for the rest of West Africa, we're part of the ECOWAS. We should stick with ECOWAS. You can't keep changing the rules because you want to be gang-ho and get stupid. Right? I don't agree with any coup d'etat. Okay? Now they've got themselves together.
Louis, man, that's not what we need. That's not.
Hang on, brother.
No, let them talk. Go ahead.
Brother, hang on.
That ain't it, brother.
Well,
brother,
let them talk. Let them talk.
Listen, if we make rules as a people to move ahead, you cannot jump ship just because you're frustrated with someone in your country. Okay? Right? If they get success, you guys will come and say they're the greatest thing ever. If they don't get success, then you're gonna blame the other West African countries they didn't help. Well, you told them you don't want their help. You came on these shows, many other shows. You insulted the ECOWAS group. Okay, you don't show no respect for them. You disrespected them like the way Tuareg done to Nanado. Okay, what more do you want people to do? All we can do is, those of us who are in ECOWAS, is get together and make sure we got a plan to come in if AES drops the ball. But at the moment, all we can do is just wish them the best, because they don't want us to play the game. They can handle it themselves, so let them handle it themselves. In the meantime, the ECOWAS needs to make a plan that the minute it looks bad for AES, that we got to step in where we can. Okay. The second one I want to do is regarding Islamic fundamentalism. I'm sorry, but Africans have made stupid decisions that they don't want to let go of, and this is the pride in Islam. I don't know why any black person, when I join a religion where the black man is a perpetual slave and the black woman is a perpetual concubine of the Arabs. Okay, you can say Christianity this, Christianity that, but I'm sorry. Arabs enslaved us for over 1,000 years. And you guys who are following Islam, sorry, Africa, it's not personal to you, brother, but you guys who are following that religion are giving a sucker to these people. And they're coming from Pakistan, they're coming from all over the Arab world, and they're coming into Africa saying that whatever, Allah is going to give them the whole continent and so on. And some of you cheer when a country like Ghana, 70% Christian, is surrounded by Islamic fundamentalists. Your religion allows these people to be harbored in your very midst. And you know this. Okay, you're scared to question it. This is a problem. Look at what's happening in the Sudan. I'm glad the blacks further down, South Sudan, pulled away. But unfortunately for those Islamic ones up the north, the black ones, you're going to get what your religion preaches and teaches. I'm sorry, but black people will make silly decisions. This is what happens when you make silly decisions.
Spot on, Lewis. Spot on.
Yeah, Lewis. Look, in regards to the AES, yeah, they had to go against the status quo, yeah, because the governance in West Africa is backdoor dealings with external forces.
We know about France, brother.
That's not
what I'm saying. So it's like they had to do what they had to do, yeah, in order.
No, because ECOWAS condemned the coup, so they pulled away. That's what happened.
Look, ECOWAS, yeah, ECOWAS. We know ECOWAS is funded by France and external forces. They get loans from them in order to run their operations and everything else. Yeah. So basically,
that's not true. That's the AU. ECOWAS is only the economic. No, ECOWAS is the economic organization. The AU gets funded by the European Union, not ECOWAS.
They get external.
I want God to finish so I can speak, please.
Yeah.
No,
Look,
they follow what the brother just said. He's right. ECOWAS get a huge percentage of their budget from the European Union.
Thank you. So basically, they couldn't stay within ECOWAS. They could not stay within ECOWAS because they would have been under the yoke. They would have been still under the yoke and still impoverished. There wouldn't have been any little development. You wouldn't see it.
Listen,
no, but they're making advancements though. Are they not making advancements? So basically, what certain countries have been able to do in West Africa, yeah, for example, naming some of the countries there's Ghana and some of them, what they've been able to do, yeah, the AES have not been able to do that. Do you understand? According to history, they've not been able to do that. So they've been under the yoke extra. Do you understand? So they had to make their movements in order to free themselves. Now, obviously, they're on the par with the other African nations.
Brother God gift. You know what it is? You got some people who just want to remain as slaves. They don't want to fight.
That's it. They just want
to remain as slaves.
That's it.
Okay.
And you know what? One thing as well. What in terms of religion, in terms of what you were saying about religion.
Just to reiterate my point, ECOWAS funds 90% budget. All right, and the European Union funds 60% budget. So it's the opposite. Go do a research quickly on Google.
Let V cook. Having a conversation. Listen, I have a preview of having a conversation with somebody that worked at ECOWAS, and he said to me, "Did you know the ECOWAS building currently was built by the Chinese?"
Is it the
African Union
is funded?
Did they build it for free?
By Europe, bro. What are you talking about? The whole AU.
Yeah, she's right.
Organization.
I just made a point. ECOWAS fund their own budget up to 90% of it. The AU only fund, the African Union only fund 40% of their budget. The other 60% come from external forces. Go research it.
But anyway, what you were saying about religion, yeah. In terms of religion, it's just black people they do have to put religion aside, and they have to, certain things come first. You have to put certain things. You have to put yourself first, which the Arabs. I got a question for you, brother. The Arabs know this. You see, the Arabs, they put themselves first before that religion. But for some reason, when it comes to us, we don't tend to put ourselves first. You know what I'm saying? Our interest first. So that's why there's that problem. It's not because of the religion. It's just that the mindset. That mindset needs to change. You know what I'm saying? Like us putting ourselves first. But it's just,
and then I want to go after.
There is.
Yeah, thank you.
After go
there
ahead.
is religion has played a major part. It's played a major part in demonizing black people on the continent, and it is true.
Right.
We do need to step away from religion if we want to go forward. If we want to progress, we need to step away from religion a bit. You know what I'm saying? That is some of the problems there. That's some of the main problems there. You know what I'm saying? And the problem is,
I got a question for you, brother.
The problem is the people in the north. Yeah, most of the Muslims in the north. That was forced upon them. It's a forced religion that was put upon them, and unfortunately, they've obviously taken that on. You know what I'm saying, and left their own spirituality, their own methodology, and they've left that, and they've taken on Islam, which is an absolute shame. But it is what it is now. But we have to look at ways of ways of advancing, and it's a mindset thing. Obviously, changing the mindset and putting your creed first, putting your race first, basically putting your interest first. And that's what needs to happen.
Okay.
I got a question.
Yeah, Mazik, ask your question quick, then I can speak.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
No, you ask a question. Ask a question.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you because the thing is that I understand what you're saying, right? But some of these people in Africa, right? Regardless if you're a Christian, regardless if you're a Muslim, have been practicing these religions for some time, right? So the thing, like you said, I agree with you. You cannot lead with religion first. You got to put that second. And
yes,
the AES, all three of those guys, even though they're Muslim by faith, their religion is second. Their patriotism is first, and that's why you're seeing what you're seeing right now. So I
Yeah,
just
that's
wanted
it.
this to clear up and just to let you know about that. So
Great,
Yeah,
great
patriotism
so
is
point.
first,
that's
and
what
then
it is.
their
That's what it is,
religion is
and
second.
everyone else knows that. The whole world knows
Okay,
that. It's set. It's set
excellent.
for us.
Okay,
Except for us
okay,
on the continent, the whole world knows you got to put your
good.
creed first and put your interest first. You know what I'm saying? That's why everyone's
Yeah,
progressing. Yeah, they're
good, good,
not there
good stuff.
on stuck on that religion stuff. You know what I'm saying? Oh
Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
he's
yeah. Well,
Christian, he's Muslim, he's like, you know what I'm saying? Creed comes first. You
And
yeah,
know,
well
then
said,
your
well
when you're
said.
religion
done,
Yeah, well,
follows.
when you're done, Africa,
yeah.
I got a question for Elvis. When you're done,
Okay, no problem. So I
Go
mean,
through.
yeah, yeah. Thank you very much. Thank. I mean, all great input. I mean, even Brother Louis that came on earlier, what he said about. I'm not gonna get offensive. You know, that's his opinion. You know, everything he said about ECOWAS. You know, we're not running an echo chamber here. You know, everybody' opinions should be welcome as long as it's respectful and they have logic in it. Which I respect that. But we know for a fact that when people base our entire problem on religion, it's kind of lazy analysis because we know for a fact. I live in the UK. We know the UK, the Romans who brought Christianity over here. They used to be head choppers. It was quite barbaric. They forced it on people, but they managed to do what is right, as you guys said. Put your people first, then religion second, and also religion is not about killing people. It's about, peace and love. But you should be actually working into what science, developing people, developing your nation first. You should use the religion to advance your nation, not to destruct your nation. That's what's happening, what we see happening in the continent, whether it's coming from at the moment is actually worse from the Islamic points. I absolutely agree. Most of the Muslim countries are in turmoil. We got to admit this as Muslims, but however, we know the people who are behind the forces most of the time are not Muslim, they're Christians. The weapons are coming from Christian nations. So it's hard to just pinpoint this on one group of people. But that's all what we got to agree to. One point we got to agree to, that is us. Gas Mansik also said we don't love each other as black people enough to actually accept this nonsense being brought up on us by foreign ideologies, because it's mainly ideologies. We know for a fact most of the years ago it was a coastal countries who was in turmoil, and most of these weapons who spilled into the coast, they came from Ukraine. The most of the weapons that killed people in Sierra Leone, Liberia, and in fact ran into Ivory Coast, these were coming from Ukraine. There's people blaming Gaddafi. Okay, yeah, Gaddafi was he wanted to be a dominant force, but most of these weapons that was coming, they were cheap after the Soviet, fell. These weapons were coming into it's all the same. Like as I always said to you, the Europeans and the Arabs, I don't see any difference between them when it comes to Africa. I don't. You must be so biased because you've been, brainwashed by one sect of religion to actually see it like that. Because that's how they want us to see these things. Okay, it's just not. We are also our own enemies. We are. I mean, we need to look at what works for us. We need to look at who is our greatest enemies, who is our less enemies, who are our closest allies. Our closest allies in the world, it's always been us. But our greatest enemies also it's always been us. How do we get these things right? Tribalism is our biggest enemy, if you ask me. In Africa, tribalism is our biggest enemy. Then obviously it will crop into religion, differences, languages. We have so many languages that we speak, in the region. What kind of nonsense is that? And we always are the proud of our own tribes, like as if our tribe have ever conquered the world, or have actually built a rocket to go to space, you know. But the reality is we are good at, especially West Africa. Look how we've been treated in in South Africa. Look how West Africans are treated all over the world. Look at our region today. Do you think these people are going to care about you, whether you're Fulani, Igbo, Yoruba, Mandinka, or Mende, or they ain't give a monkeys about that? They're just going to treat you as one. How long we got like live this sort of life for how long? It's very traumatizing. We've been looked down upon by so many different people. Everybody is looking down on us because we don't value ourselves. And this is exactly how these powers are. And we sat on the most precious, mineral resources, and the most precious land in the world. You know, culturally, spiritually, everything. We have so much potential, but we cannot see that. We're just busy fighting each other while these people are laughing at us. For how long? Just exactly how it manifests itself on here sometimes. You talking about ECOWAS. I agree. ECOWAS, you know, I don't want to buy into this fighting, say ECOWAS versus the AES. People don't understand some of the ECOWAS countries are not all the same. Some ECOWAS countries are actually helping the AES. You know, I'm not going to buy into that divisive topic because it's going to be ECOWAS versus the Sahel. Okay, Guinea is helping Mali at the moment, and I know for a fact, you know, Ghana might be doing some little trade with Burkina Faso. Look, they had some little issue the other time not long ago, but they managed to solve that problem between themselves. Okay, the biggest superpower we have in West Africa at the moment, they are sleeping because the leadership is asleep, and also I think the leadership is conniving with the enemies because we know at the moment he's in France, coincidentally. So we are not looking at the real issues. We are basing them all on emotions, and people are listening to our issues, and they're going to take the advantage of it. So just let's put this ECOWAS business away and religious differences. Let's look at things as they are. That's the only way we can solve these problems. Because to be honest with you, you guys might not believe this, but people listen to these shows, they listen to the platforms, and people with different ideas. Some people are bloggers, some people, because information is very powerful. If we keep going on about the AES versus the ECOWAS, it's not going to work because there are leaders in the ECOWAS who want the benefit of the AES to succeed because they know if the AES fall, the ECOWAS region is going to fall. There's people in the Sahel also who want the ECOWAS region to succeed because that will result into fluctuation. Like for example, in the since the current president, like like Sierra Leone, for example, you know, and Guinea, they still this like I think I came across something not long ago that Sierra Leone actually exports rice to Mali. They help them because of the land issue they have, the agricultural issue. They actually help the brothers in Mali. Guinea still open their border to Mali. They export rice to Mali and export food. Most of the Mali stuff coming from Guinea.
And Africa,
And last week,
Africa.
yeah,
To add
yeah,
what you say, because what we say in our
yeah,
culture, we say in the Mande language, we say unsunkility. I mean, we're the same, Guinea and Mali. They have that
yeah,
brother and
yeah.
sister relationship. So
Yeah. As much as development is going at the moment, even the Guineas, they're training new border force, they're putting things in place so they could actually boost more export and more, connection to Mali as we speak. Is to help these people that are suffering in that region. Some countries obviously don't want the AS to succeed. We understand why. We have some of their people that come here and speak, and we understand the agenda. It's fine. But majority of West Africa, whether it's AES, whether it's ECOWAS, these brothers want Africa to work. It's about time we stop this divisive conversation. I pass the mic. Thank you. Thank you.
I was just going to support what Africa just said, that regarding some of the leaders don't even want the AES to succeed because they have, as there's a certain generation, it is more prevalent within that generation, the older generation. The younger generation maybe is easy, maybe not enough, but the older generation, there's this tendencies to believe that they have to believe and do what everybody else tells them, particularly from, I don't want to mention the countries, but because most of them, they had the education abroad, they often work a little bit abroad, so they have this affinity for these countries, and so whatever the leaders are directing them, that's where they want to go. I don't understand that. It's like they like to be nannied, to be watch over, look over. And so what the AES are doing and them breaking off, because they were on the ground. You see, sometimes we will say, oh, why did they break off from this ECOWAS? And they were on the ground. They knew the situation they were in. So it cannot be that very flimsy decision to make, oh, well, we're going to do away with ECOWAS. There must have been something that went on that brought about the break in ECOWAS. And I think at that time, the leadership of ECOWAS was very poor. was very, very poor. There was an incident that's happened in Mali, and I think it was a Niger incident that brought on the breakaway, because at that time, I think Burkina has been suspended, Mali has been suspended, and even including Guinea was suspended, because they've all had the military coups. So when the Niger thing happened, there was something within that Niger military takeover that brought about this chasm where the leadership of ECOWAS at the time failed ECOWAS. They failed the Sahelians and they failed the southern countries as well. So now you have a situation where ECOWAS is broken in two, and it's like, oh well, let the Sahelians. But what I want us to recognize is, if
Hey,
the
guys, hey,
Sahelians,
let me read these super chats real quick. Hex GP, thank you for $2 holla. Look at the Neferkari video to show you the truth. JC Inc., thank you for $1.09 holla. South Africans should stop attacking other Africans first. Unity is Strength One, thank you for $20 holla. God didn't put a cross or crescent or a tribal symbol on your body. God stamped black African skin to your body and the people who are like you. Don't just live it, love it, figure out how to respect it and revere it all. And revere it as well. All right, go ahead.
yeah,
Hello, guys.
Well, hold on. It's V's turn. It's V's turn.
Oh, let me
I
just
wanted to
conclude
ask on that,
quickly, and then you can pass it. If they within some of the leadership in ECOWAS, that they don't want the Sahelians to succeed, unfortunately. That's how I read it. Maybe I may be wrong. That's how I read it, because there is this, because they've had all their life in other parts of the world, and it's like they have their holiday homes there. They live literally. Some of them are traveling there like every very short period. You're president of a country and you have to fly there. You are ill, take a plane, go there. You go to your holidays there. You go to your rest day. I don't know how many European presidents or prime ministers that have their holidays in Africa. I don't know.
Most of them have Stockholm syndrome. They have Stockholm syndrome. Yeah, most of our presidents have Stockholm syndrome. They have a serious
the
problem.
EU and the
So
US
it is
for
true.
Yeah, you can pass the
get
mic
healed and
on.
stuff. Can I ask
I
something?
mean,
Guys?
I think it's a shame
I was,
when people think that other African countries want the AES to fail. You have to go back to the.
I got a
One
question for
second.
you.
One
I have a
second,
question for
please.
Elvis.
1 second, please. We saw what happened. The AES, before they became the AES, those nations that did a coup, the ECOWAS said that we are against coup. We don't support any nation, doing coups. It's against our bylaws. We don't support coups. The country said, you know what? To hell with you. We're going to leave. We're going to find our own, coalition or whatever, and we're
You
going
genuinely
to.
think it was as implicit as that? It was
1 second, please. 1 second. That's essentially what happened. So here, other African nations may say, well, let them go at it. I agree with most things that Lewis said, that they shouldn't go at it alone, Lewis, because again, our regions, our countries are within that region, and these terrorists are going to come down to us, and we're going to have to fight for our lives. So we're not against the Sahelian states, but like other people have said, this idea that ECOWAS is contaminated because they're getting support from the West. Burkina Faso just signed a health. Hold on, they just signed a health deal with the United States. They're still trading with European nations. The Russians are not Asian.
They're
They're
co-investors.
1 second.
Co-investors.
1 second. So the idea that you can get away from ECOWAS because they have dealing with Western countries or they have some support from other Western government or Western bodies is a bunch of nonsense. The reality
No,
is they should be
there's a
trying to
old
work
saying.
with West African countries for a shared security goal
There's
to
an
try to
old saying.
neutralize these terrorists
I
and
need to
separatists.
ask Elvis a question.
That
Let me
was
There's
ask
the
an
point I
old
Elvis
was
a
saying.
making.
question. Hold
Ask
on.
your
Let me ask
question.
Responds to you
hold on before
is the
bro,
person that
God's gift.
controls you.
God gets. Hold on 1 second. Let me ask Elvis one question. Elvis, you hear me?
I hear you. Go ahead, man.
Okay. Imali Kamena. Imali Fola Kosobe.
I don't speak Madinga. I don't speak French. So if you got a
Okay,
question, ask
so
your
how can
question.
you how can you sit here? So how can you here's the reason why I did this, right? So it's clear that he doesn't watch ORTM, he doesn't watch KATI, he doesn't watch Bikina 24, Faso Express, ASTV. None of these countries
clear that I watched the video.
I don't know if it's me or you, but you kind of breaking in.
You're breaking up.
Mansa, your internet is breaking. Maybe you got a phone call coming in.
You know, maybe I needed to learn to know French to know that Sadia Kamara was killed by jihadis in collaboration with the Tuaregs. Maybe I needed to learn how to speak French to know that that military base was taken over by the terrorists. So
No,
knowing
no,
French is the only thing that matters
Elvis,
to gather
Elvis,
information on what's happening in the
Elvis.
Sahel. I mean, what is this point?
Those military
His,
bases
his,
that were taken over, some part of it, I believe, was they evacuate. They sort of did a temporary retreat, and it's something that
yeah,
happened within. Listen, where please, it does happen within fighting. Sometimes you need to retreat to regroup. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
it's called retreat.
yes,
This
you
happening.
retreat, and
This
you know,
Yeah.
happening in.
that does not mean necessarily you have lost the battle.
I didn't say they lost. I just said the fact that they lost the military
Exactly.
base. That's
no, that's
all.
what V. He said.
Mm.
He said that they ran away, pretty much just gave up,
No, no, no.
and it's
It's
clear.
something that
The
Hold on,
Russian, I was
but
talking in particular with the
hold on. But
Russians,
it's
right? Where
clear.
we saw them go into
It's
Libya.
clear. It's clear. It's clear that African Corp is still.
his keep is breaking. His phone, it needs to go in and out.
Yeah, Mansa,
Right.
your
Yeah.
phone is your network, I think.
If a military guy takes over a country that has serious issues, security issues, and you say that you don't want to be in your regional organization, and now you're getting you're getting ran over by terrorists and separatists.
But that doesn't mean it does not necessarily
Whose fault
mean
is that? Is that the ECOWAS
the
fault?
fact that they have come out of ECOWAS doesn't mean ECOWAS should
Mm.
sit by while
No.
external
Yeah, I hear people
forces are
disparaging
bringing more
ECOWAS.
chaos into the
ECOWAS
region.
saved lives in Liberia and Sierra Leone. They saved lives.
Now, but
So
they
when you
said,
try to disparage them, I said because three guys came together and did a coup,
listen,
thereby ECOWAS is inferior to them. It's just not the
Elvis,
it's just not the facts.
ECOWAS has got a good
Do you
point
know
and
what?
ECOWAS
You know
doesn't
what I
have a
know
lot of
is
bad points.
most
Okay?
of the time with the ECOWAS, my sister V, most of the time with ECOWAS is depend on the leadership who's leading the ECOWAS at that time.
Exactly.
Sometimes, okay.
Exactly.
And if you notice, I don't want to be biased because my president is the head of ECOWAS. But if you notice, since this His Excellency Julius Maada is the head of ECOWAS, he's actually been moving more faster. He have traveled to more countries. He have actually, dispatched more people around the region to actually work with the guys than Tinubu, who was the ECOWAS chairman, who nearly finished it off
And
because he is
the sad
helping.
fact, the sad
Our
fact of
current
everything,
ECOWAS leader is helping. That's the reason why you see some of the movement is happening between ECOWAS and the AES since he had the
listen,
chairmanship.
listen, with the ECOWAS, when these coups happened, right? They came in very hard. Okay, they disagree with coups. I don't personally like coups. I prefer better governance under democratic
But
dispensation. But
but
as it
sister,
is, it's not
look at
happening.
Ukraine. Did they ask for you? Did you ask Ukraine to have an election during this war times?
Exactly. All
No.
right.
Sometimes
With
you need that
ECOWAS,
state of emergency, right? You need the state of
We didn't have
emergency
a
yeah,
war.
to
We
hold
didn't
on.
have a
and
war.
You know,
I was
and
going to say that
they had the
regarding
war, Louis. They had
ECOWAS,
the war.
ECOWAS
Yeah.
under Nigerian leadership at the time made a very,
Mm,
very rash
mm,
decision. When
mm.
Guinea and the others had a coup, they told them that they should put sanctions on them, strict sanctions. Which even the leaders, I think Senegal was Macky Sall, Nanado, and all the other places, and
They
even
were
though they
ignored.
did,
Okay,
hmm?
those gang ho
Mm.
people ignored
Gambia
them.
has a democratic leader
Okay,
because of ECOWAS today. They put
Yeah.
Sirleaf, when she was the head of ECOWAS, they put force on Jammeh to leave that country, and now they have the leader they wanted.
Elvis, we get your
And
point.
how
Nobody
Gambia is doing and how
disputing
they
the
doing.
fact.
Go
Nobody's
ask the
Gambia is doing
disputing
Gambians.
the
They
okay.
fact.
have the president they voted for.
I mean,
In
Nobody's
all
you're one that said that
fairness,
they
disputing
got
the
a
fact
president, so
that
I'm
there
asking.
is.
They got democracy, so how they doing? How
What
they
I'm
doing
telling
right
you is
now,
ECOWAS is
Elvis?
consistent. They're consistent. They said they didn't want a coup. That happened
ECOWAS
long
is
before the
only
AES had their
consistent.
coups.
They
They
don't.
went
They're not
against Jammeh for
concerned.
trying
They're
to stay
not
in power after he
concerned.
lost the
They're not
election.
concerned
When
with
there
no
is the
terrorism. They're only
situation
concerned with
in the Sahel,
democracy. That's
what
when
did
they only
ECOWAS
intervene.
do? When there was
Hey,
situation in the Sahel was getting out of hand, what did ECOWAS do? When the
Let
situation,
this
at
happen.
some point,
You're a
Burkina
hypocrite.
Faso had
You're being
about
hypocritical.
40% of the, only control 40% under the democratic government. Burkina Faso only control 40%. And
Was
Ghana,
that ECOWAS fault though? ECOWAS come in
no,
your country, protect your
listen to
country
me.
from terrorists? Is that what
Look,
they're there
look,
for?
guys. Look,
You
guys.
said
This.
ECOWAS came in to help Liberia and Sierra Leone, which was a good thing, and under the different leadership. Now, I'm saying that when these countries had democratic dispensations, government, and so forth, they were struggling, and it was even worse. Now they are fragile, but it's no worse than what they were before.
I
Okay?
mean,
At the
rubbish,
time,
man.
they were having their democracy, these people were overrunning them. Their country, they were right at the edge of most of their big
ECOWAS don't govern your country.
V,
They just
you
want
know
you to
what's so
follow your
funny?
constitution. That's all.
Why
They don't
didn't
govern your country. They don't
V,
train your
why didn't
military.
support
V.
them militarily? Why didn't ECOWAS support them militarily? They
Right.
didn't do that.
ECOWAS is not a military organization. It's an economic organization.
They're not. You
If
saying
something
that
like
they're
what
not
was
a
going on in
military
Liberia, where you have a
organization, but
civil
yet they're
war
threatening
and a
countries
lot
to
of
go
people are
against
being killed, they
democratic
can
rule.
come together in brotherhood to bring a force to bring peace.
I have to read the super chat. FBI Young Line, thank you for 499. Holla. Elvis supported Samuel Doe's coup against Liberian President William Tolbert, yet he acts like he doesn't support coup. Hypocrite. All right, go ahead.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
keep sending your money to ask a question that you're too scared to come to panel to ask me.
He's saying that they don't
Bring
get
another super
involved
chat.
militarily, but they
Dinus.
threaten people to go to other people's countries. And then you know what's so
Dinus.
funny? This is the same
Thank you,
ECOWAS
FBI
that
Lion.
went publicly and said, "Hey, Alassane Ouattara had free and fair elections." Can anybody believe that?
Yeah.
And my
Yes,
friend,
of
the
course.
free and
What
fair
did he
election.
do?
Hey, guys, let me pass the mic to Bang. Bang's been waiting. Go ahead, Bang.
Oh, Bang.
Yeah,
Oh,
Dennis.
Oh
Yeah,
God,
Dennis,
brother,
how you
pussy.
doing, man?
You
Yeah,
doing
Dennis,
good.
please, man. Let me please, I don't want somebody to interrupt me because I didn't interrupt nobody. We all have our thoughts, we all have our beliefs, but facts are facts.
Well, don't talk shit.
2 + 2 is 4. 2 + 2 is 4.
shut your mouth, Lewis.
Let's look at this, right? Okay, Mali got attacked, right? We already know what they was trying to do, right? Overthrow the president, right? That was the plan. That was the plan. I remember a month or two ago, right? People come up here and said, "Oh, the terrorists control about 60% of Mali, right?" So if you said the terrorists control about 60% of Mali, right? Then how come they came in all different angles, right? From a border of Mediterranean and Algeria as well. Does that make sense? If the same people talking down on the AES,
That was
right?
said about
But a
Burkina
month,
Faso, not Mali.
I did not interrupt nobody. I did not interrupt nobody. Please let me speak my mind. You and I are not the same. Okay then. So the same people now telling you that blah blah and stuff like that, right? Okay. So if the main mission was to overthrow the president, right? It failed, right? So which means now the government of Mali succeed, right? Okay then. The president is still Assimi Goïta. Now look at how the Tigre's been handled all around Burkina, all around Bamako and stuff like that, right? The Tigre's come out saying that, oh, we ain't no gas coming in. What happened then? The same day. You saw how 800 trucks came through Bamako, right? Exactly. Now Kidal, okay, they got a hold of Kidal. So-called they got a hold of Kidal, right? There's one thing taking something, but you got to protect it. They had Kidal for 9 years, right? They had Kidal for 9 years. Where was so-called ECOWAS? They had Kidal for 9 years. Where was so-called ECOWAS?
That's
And
not the
then
job
what
of
happened then?
ECOWAS.
And then what happened then when the French leave then? Mali took it over after what, 9 months? So if it took Mali 9 months, it took it back, right? And then Mali, the military right now is 20 times stronger than what they were 3 years ago. You saw what they doing in the sky. You saw how Niger came through with the help, right? You saw how Burkina Faso came through with the help, right? Within the sky. They had to call nobody in freaking America, in Washington. They had to call nobody in fucking London. They had to call nobody over there in Paris. No, those guys did it on their own. Now, you see, what was the issue is, right? With the two groups, right? The Azawarian, they want to separate the country, right, and get their own state, right? So the plan was they helped the Westerners to overthrow Gaddafi. So in the return now, the West then helped them to take over Gaddafi, right? So when you had the coup, the very first coup, right? There was a sheikh, Imam the coup, right? A Fulani guy. So he approved the coup. Assimi Goïta went to him, and then he approved the coup, right? Then they put in a civilian president. You understand me, right? The civilian president then now did not want to do exactly what, the good of the country. Because during that time, Mali did not have no military. That's just how it is. They did not. That's not, Then Assimi Goïta decided to go through Russia and get weapons because you already know how the West is. We already know. So you can't come over here trying to tell us about the West. So then when Assimi Goïta decided, the president then did not like that. And then Assimi Goïta did another coup. The Fulani Sheikh, the Fulani Imam. Then now he got jealous of Assimi Goïta because he wanted to become the president. When Assimi Goïta says no, then he turned against the country. When he turned against the country now, he then created a group called JYMs, something like that, right? That was attached to the ISIS group. So you see how a greedy guy, when it become power, then Assimi Goïta says no. So that's how you had these two groups. But the very first group with those Aswaris, they wanted to control the country. For years now, they had conflicts and stuff like that. They're only 5%. So where's democracy at? You can't control the country if you're only 5%. So that's where the problem comes from when you see so-called, Fulani T groups and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, man, oh my God, you see everything now. Go to TikTok, go to what you call it, with them other places, Instagram, not Instagram, Telegram. You see all this evidence, man. You see it, man. If your plan was to overthrow the president, it did not work. How can you still come up here and say, oh, they got to get down? How can you still come up here and say all these things? It did not work. Assimi Goïta is still the president. It's still the president. You seen what they doing? These so-called terrorists are fleeing. Mali is number 1 and number 2 in military in West Africa, behind Nigeria. To me, I believe Mali's number 1. To me, I believe Mali's number 1 because
that's to your warm brain. That's
because
it's
you
actually
see what
on the
Nigerians,
index.
right?
No, I think Nigeria is the biggest military in West Africa.
Nigeria's number 1 and Mali's number 2.
Hold on. Let me finish. Because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
I'm not here to persuade nobody. I know facts is the facts. I believe facts.
No, but Mali has always been a strong military country, even under IBK. Even IBK, most of the equipment that they use in IBK bought them.
Africa. I understand what you're saying, but the way the military hold their position, when you had over 12,000 people attacking you, which means now the military is with the government, which is Assimi Goïta. If the military did not believe with Assimi Goïta,
my only problem is all this money that we invest in all these things, could have been spent in developing these countries. And sadly,
but Africa, you're smart enough, man. You're smart enough. You know why these?
Because we have this foreign, you have the foreign entities who come in to divide and rule and rob. Now we're left.
You have terrorists who are jihadists wanting to kill people and overtake the country for establish Sharia.
So you're smart enough, man. Just like I said, America is an empire. America is not a democracy. So anytime when I call America as an empire, I don't hear people say, "Oh, America's not an empire." So which means if you're an empire, you're not a goddamn democracy. Stop it. You're not. We know how America operates around the world. We know how some of these Westerners operate around the world. So people, will come up, hey, I'm gonna say it again, right? Oh, Gaddafi. When people want to bring up Gaddafi, right, in the 90s, who do you think Gaddafi was working for? With the West. When Gaddafi then turned around and say, you know what, I'm gonna do my own thing, what happened then? They unalive him. I mean, people come up here and try to tell us, but no, at the end of the day, you can't tell us nothing. because you live in America just like me. America's an empire. So if it is, you can't come up here and tell us human rights and democracy. Anybody you try to defend ECOWAS, it's ludicrous.
Man, you stupid.
Anybody.
This fool would have been dead if ECOWAS didn't go to Sierra Leone to save him and instill him back.
I don't want us to make this. I don't want to. I don't want to make this ECOWAS versus AES. I want us to.
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Okay.
10 seconds. I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna go work out. And then the day, right? Assimi Goita is still the president. Assimi Goita is still the president. I do not give a F. All those haters go to fucking hell. AES for life. I do not care. F your president. F your president. I'm gonna end it like that.
I mean. So basically, I don't want us to make this because AES and ECOWAS, these countries are brothers and sisters. Majority of these people are related and are still working together in some type of way. So we shouldn't be setting up one and listen. We have enough division in the continent, and this is a time where we should be preaching, unity and integration among each other and cohesion. Any man with a mature brain.
Exactly.
Any man with a mature brain.
Then keep it.
But brother Africa.
No, Louis. Yeah, go on. Louis, stop.
I was just gonna say something, man, right?
Yes.
If you got, for example, right? Let's say if you have a house, somebody bombs your house. You know the person who bombs your house. The person said who bombs your house, right? So you want to go pretty much you with another person, you guys as friends, right? And then you find out the person who you friends with is also friends with the person who bombed your house. Would you want to associate yourself with that person?
No, you will be careful, you be wary because obviously once someone betray you once, they can always betray you again, right?
Right. So this is what I'm saying. I mean, like I said, I agree with you as far as the unification, but when you got countries like Benin and Ivory Coast that are purposely hiring terrorists, they got French bases that tell you that they're not, and then eventually France went and opened up publicly and said that they do have bases there in Benin and Ivory Coast, and you know that for a fact that France is trying to destabilize these countries. You can't work with those countries no matter what. You just can't.
All right, guys. That's a great point. So ECOWAS, stay out of it. The AES are going to fight the terrorists. They're going to beat them back. They're going to win the war on their own. So kudos. I hope you guys are hearing it because nobody should say, "Oh, the other African countries are not doing anything." This brother is saying that we should stay out of it because the AES got it.
Who said that? Did I say that?
Let them
deal. Let them have it, Lewis. You're right. Let them go out there alone. They're doing a great job. They're winning the war.
And we'll gladly win.
Manta, ignore it. I know that's not what you mean, and I know for a fact that we know for example my president, who is the current chief of ECOWAS, I know he will try all his best to make sure peace reign in West Africa at all his best.
Why work with Matabele when he's working with the French? Why work with ECOWAS when they haven't been dealing with the enemies who bomb your house? That's the analogy you were making. ECOWAS is in collaboration with the Western countries, the French. So why would the AES want to work with ECOWAS if they're working with the French? That's the stupid analogy you're making.
Let's be clear, Alvin.
He's not making.
That's the stupid analogy you're making. Since ECOWAS work with the French, the AES can't work with ECOWAS.
Clean your ears, dude.
That's what you're saying.
Clean your ears, dude.
He's not saying that.
I said
what he's
Benin,
saying,
and I said Ivory Coast. I didn't say no other country. I said Benin.
Those countries are part of ECOWAS.
Those are the two countries I specifically named. So
those two countries are part of ECOWAS.
Mansake.
We're talking about ECOWAS here. Don't be saying stupid. Nobody is going to do the bidding of the AES. They don't run those other countries. Those countries are independent countries. They can have affiliation with any international partner that they want. If you don't want to work with them because they work with the French, fine. Stay in your country and fight the terrorists. Let them come and kill your defense ministers. Let them go and bomb your presidential palace. And then you turn around and blame ECOWAS for not helping you. Yeah, so you guys are doing a great job winning the war, man. You guys are winning the war against Nigeria.
I don't know about Liberia, but Sierra Leone, Guinea, we don't Senegal. We don't have problem with the AES. They are brothers and sisters. Anyway, we can help them out to help them, You know, we're one ancestral lineage. You know, we're not gonna let other people come in and talk in some divisive talk. We're not gonna listen to that.
Listen,
Simple, man.
You know that there's one common denominator. Most of these countries are all a majority Muslim countries, so it's easy for terrorists to flock in their
So is
country.
Togo
They
a
are a
Muslim
breeding
country?
ground for
Is Togo a
terrorism.
Muslim country?
They
Is
are
Togo
a
a Muslim
breeding
country?
ground for terrorism. Why is there not? Why is there not Islamic terrorists in the southern part of
So hold
Nigeria?
up, Guinea's also a
You
Muslim
know,
country, isn't it?
all
Do
these
they have a
Muslim
terrorist
countries,
program?
those Muslims are just waiting for these guys to come and
also a
radicalize
Muslim
them and turn to
country.
terrorists,
Guinea's
and then
also
they
a
start
Muslim
killing their
country.
own people in the name of
Do they
Allah.
have terrorists in
You
their
don't hear
country?
no other way where you
Do they
hear
have country in
somebody
their
saying
country?
Jesus
Do they have one in
Akbar.
the country?
You don't hear nobody saying Jesus Akbar in any other African countries. It's
So
always
what
Allah
happened in
Akbar. They're
Liberia?
killing people.
What
They're
happened?
yelling
What
Allah
happened in
Akbar.
Liberia? What happened
These
in
guys are
Liberia,
terrorists,
Elvis?
man.
What happened in
They're
Liberia,
Islamic
Elvis?
fundamentalists. That's
What
what
are
you
they
need to
not
focus
Christian?
on instead of trying
What
to
are they not eat?
place the
What
blame
are they not
everywhere
eating
else.
each other? What are they not eating
You
each
guys
other
are
in
yelling
Liberia?
Allah Akbar and
What
killing
are they
each
not
other, and
eating
you
each
don't want
other
to
in
talk about
Liberia?
that.
What are they not
Don't
eating
want
each
to
other
talk
in
about that. You're
Liberia?
talking
What
about
are they not
is
eating
the
in
West
Liberia?
part.
They
The
were
West are not
Christian.
killing your
They
people.
were Christian.
The Muslim are
Huh?
killing your own people.
What about Kobe from
Eh,
Uganda that
Yeah,
killed
the
100,000
Muslim are
people?
killing
Was he
people.
not Christian? He said he was a
the people
prophet
that shout
in Uganda.
the people that shout
So sister,
the
so
people
just
that
stop
shout
it.
over the
So
most
just stop it.
see
The
see how
Muslim are
divisive
killing your
Talking
people, bro.
foolishness. Just
Just
stop
look
it.
in
see
the
how
mirror and say
divisive
the faith that
Right,
I follow,
you
right. So
see
the
they are
so
see
jihadists,
how,
they're
who are Togo,
terrorists,
Togo and
and they've been
Liberia?
this
terrorizing
What were
my
their
people for
guy
many
what was their
years.
religion? What was their
Mansake,
religion?
That's what they're doing.
What were their religion?
Mansake. Listen to me.
Is Joseph Kony in the
Don't
Sahel
fight.
killing you
Don't
guys because you're Muslim?
Mansake.
Is there a Christian
Don't
group
fight.
killing you in the
Don't
Sahel? Is there a Christian group blowing up your Minister of Defense
So
house?
Kobe from
Is
Uganda
there a
killed
Christian
Mansake.
group that doing
200,000
that?
people? Huh?
Mansake. Don't fight. Mansake. Don't fight with someone
Foolishness.
that
Talking
got
nonsense.
noodles. Don't fight with
Your
someone
own
that
people
got
are
needle
killing your
HIV
people every
needles
Talking
day,
around them.
nonsense. Nah, I'm
and
talking
you're
Don't
crying
fight.
and
nonsense.
complaining about it, and
Mansake.
you want to
He's
blame
talking
other countries.
nonsense.
Blame your
No,
Muslim
because
people in
he's
your country that
right.
is a hotbed for terrorists.
Okay, and then
Why
you
did those
go
guys
and
attach
you
themselves
go
to Al
and you
Qaeda?
go and you
Was it
Ma-
France that made them do it?
ma- ma-
Was it the United
Mansake.
States that made them do it?
Mansake. Don't fight with someone with
tell butt
HIV
naked who's
needles on
a
them.
reformed Christian to fix his sins. Why don't you go tell him
I know
to
what you're
fix
talking
his
about. All
sins?
I know
Don't
is
fight with
those
someone.
Muslims countries are a hotbed for jihadists, and we see them. Predominant Christian
Was he
countries
not
don't have
Christian?
terrorists in them
Butt
killing
naked,
people
was
in
he
the
not
name of
Christian?
Allah Akbar.
Butt naked, was he not Christian? Was he not Christian?
Nope, he wasn't
Yeah, it
Christian.
was. It,
Yeah,
it was.
yeah,
It
he
was,
is.
and also listen. We know. Listen, the only count.
Thank you,
Listen, in West
Africa.
Africa,
He wasn't Christian.
the
Yeah,
only
he was.
people
He
that we
was.
know
Stop
who
it.
have
Nope, he
deliberately
wasn't.
targeted non.
Yeah,
The
he
only
was.
country that we
Stop
have.
it.
Listen, the only
He
country
wasn't.
that we have in West Africa that had a war. You know that this war we know was based on ethnicity and religious differences was Liberia. And the only people that who came to
We're
who
talking
came to
about
Liberia,
Islamic
no, every
fundamentalists.
Louis, the only
No, I haven't
country
said anything
who
for a long
came.
time, my friend. You've been yapping.
Okay.
Let
No,
someone else
wait,
talk.
no, man, wait,
Well,
no,
go ahead,
let
Lewis.
me just,
Go
let
ahead,
me just,
Lewis. Is
let
your
me just,
time to speak, Lewis?
let me just done, yeah. So let me just say one thing, right?
Go ahead, brother.
Man's sake, yeah. So the only country that nearly wiped us out in the entire West Africa for eating bushmeat, bats and monkeys, yeah, it's Liberia. Yeah,
Yeah,
the only
thank you.
country,
Thank you. Thank you.
that's Ebola. You may see Ebola in West Africa. It's that.
Ebola literally
Yeah,
started in
the
Guinea. What are
only
you talking about?
They're
in
not starting
Liberia, in
Guinea.
the Mano River,
It
in
started in
Liberia.
Guinea. What
The
are you
only
talking
country,
about?
Liberia. Started Liberia.
What has this got
the
to do
only
with what we're
country,
talking about?
yeah. What the only country? No, this is a problem we have. That Christian country called Liberia
No, my
was
friend.
in war. Louis,
Islamic
listen.
fundamentalism is what we're talking about. Islamic
Allow me. That was a
Man,
Christian.
Louis
That was a
getting
Christian state.
emotional.
No, but listen, Louis,
Louis
this is
getting
not a Christian versus
emotional.
Muslim. I'll
Stop
guarantee
it, bro.
you. Listen,
Stop
I
it.
guarantee I'm from
Stop
Sierra
it,
Leone.
bro.
I'm from Sierra Leone. We're very religious, tolerant
No,
people.
but you're
I don't
changing
see
the
It
religion.
subject, bro. You're
started
Louis
in
changing the subject.
Melendu
emotional.
in Gigadu. It
Louis is
started in
emotional.
Melendu in Gigadu.
Louis
That's
is
in Guinea. I
emotional.
just want to research it
Okay.
Louis is
because you liars
emotional.
don't know
It
how to
no.
tell the truth.
We know
It started in
we know
Gigadu.
it come from the
Emotional.
Mano
So why did
River
you
in
say it
Libya.
started in Liberia then? If you know.
It come from the Mano River in Liberia. We know that.
Yeah, so why do you say it started in Liberia? I just wanted to do a quick Google search. You guys are just lying. You think when you Muslim gang up, then you're winning the argument? I stand 10 toes on the truth. I don't care about you ganging up. You guys are jihadists. Your countries are breeding ground for Muslim extremists, and that's why you're dealing with it right now. You guys are getting killed by the Muslims that you support. You know, that's what happened.
And also, when I was young,
but we're peaceful now. We've been peaceful for 20 years. We don't have Muslims
during the civil war. During the civil war.
So there you go.
In Liberia,
You guys' countries are overran by Muslims.
Mansik, during the civil war,
your guys' country are overran and they're killing your defense minister, and his whole family got killed in that bomb. They killed his entire family.
Human being.
You know,
only people in the world.
they killed your defense minister and his entire family, and it took over a time. They slaughtered a lot of your people, and there's nothing you can do about it because you don't have to also go against your religion. That's your destructive religion. Your destructive religion is what's spoiling your country, and you're angry for no reason because you can't stand up to Islamic terrorists. You go to the mosque, you bend your ass down to Allah, while the same Muslim are killing your people in your country. You can't do shit about it. So who's really suffering? You're really suffering, bro.
Listen, please, let's have a constructive discussion.
Exactly.
You're really suffering, man.
Thank you. Let me be constructive, right? It's fine. Me, I don't hate Liberians. I don't have anything against Liberian people.
Donna's played a video. They crying Allah Akbar while they're killing the black Negro people in Mali, man. And these fools will turn around and go to the mosque on Friday, bend their ass to Allah, while Allah people are killing them mercilessly.
Somebody stop shouting when others are speaking. Okay, so basically, it's fine. God gift. Look, we in the majority Mano River Union area, we don't have problem with our Christian neighbors. We never have. We never will.
Yeah, because they're not terrorists. They're not going out there killing your people in the name of Jesus.
I am not talking to you. I don't
care who you're talking to. You're on a panel. We're gonna have a conversation. I don't care if you're talking to me or not.
I don't care about you.
Don't run away from it. Don't be a bitch and be talking shit on the side and think you can't confront me. Confront me like a man and don't be a pussy. Don't be a pussy.
I don't want to hear your voice.
Yeah, okay. Well, you didn't hear my voice, so shut the fuck up if you ain't got nothing sensible to say, and don't try to talk sideways. Don't talk sideways.
Okay, do you want me to talk to you? Let me ask
talk
you
to
a question then.
Talk to me like a man. Don't be a pussy.
When you look at what the name called, look at that. You have no respect.
You're a tough guy. Let's go ahead. Let's have it out, man. I'm ready for you. You've been throwing slick shots, bro. You've been throwing shots. Let's go at it.
Can you have a respect for the woman?
Let's go at it.
You know what? For the fact that you insult, you just use that word. I don't want to talk to you.
Anyway, okay then. That's what you are. You're pussy. Runaway pussy.
Yeah. So basically, the people that
don't throw any shots at my country or me. I was speaking on it.
The same people. Exactly. The same people.
Your countries are being ran by Islamic terrorists. They're killing your people every day. You can't do shit about it. Go bend your ass down to Allah on Friday and say Allah Akbar. Sell your sister so they can do muta. So your sister and your family can do muta. So that's what you are, bro. You're worshiping the Arab. Why they killing your ass every day?
You will never fight.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I'd never fight. Your people ain't fighting right now. Your countries are being overran by jihadists and they ain't fighting. They're being killed.
Huh? No, they fighting.
Yeah, they're being killed, bro.
They fighting.
You're sitting somewhere in Canada eating some bush meat talking nonsense. What are you talking about, man? Your people getting killed every day. We see on the news every day. They're getting blown out. The women are scared. The women are hoping for peace, but there's no peace because your Muslim brothers are killing people. That's what they're doing. They're killing people, man. And you can't deal with it, so you start doing a little. You start acting like a child and crying in the background, man.
It's fine. You can fight. Listen, you can fight. Oh, people can fight over Abrahamic religion. Fine. It's cool. You can.
Christians are not terrorists. They're not terrorizing the region. It's only one religion that's doing it. So it's not equal.
If I'm not mistaken, not long ago, a Christian country called Liberia managed to spread a war into Sierra Leone and Ivory Coast and basically, literally, destroy those countries. Well, I tell you what, because we are decent.
What are you talking about? Spread a war. Forty Sanko was in Libya. He was in Tripoli training. Forty Sanko went there himself. He's a Sierra Leonean national. No, he went to Libya and he trained and he took the war to your country. It wasn't Liberia that took the war to Sierra Leone. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, man? Who do you think you're talking to on the platform? Fode Sanko is a Sierra Leonean. He trained under Gaddafi forces and went to Sierra Leone and started killing your people. Liberia didn't carry war to Sierra Leone. Fode Sanko did.
I don't want to be going into religious route because I am not like that. I'm not a religious figure.
You're not a religious person. Yeah, sure. All I'm telling you is the Islamic jihadists are terrorizing our region.
I love
That's a fact.
Christianity and I love Islam. I love all religions.
Christian jihadists are not doing that. That's the difference.
Can you stop, Dynasty? If Dynasty be there, can I just speak? Because somebody's trying so hard for me not to speak because they don't like me speaking.
Go ahead,
the truth.
Africa. Go ahead, brother.
Thank you.
Speak it,
I
brother.
do not hate religion. I don't hate anybody for whatever they are. You know, if somebody want to bend down in front of their whatever and worship, let them do it. If someone want to eat monkey for living, if that's what they worship, fine. If somebody want to eat vultures because they're so desperate, there's no food, fine. If somebody want to eat bats and spread disease, you know, and to wipe up the entire nation, fine. If somebody want to bend in front of their white masters every day, bend over their white masters to get their, you know, that's fine. I'm cool with that. But the only thing,
say the guy with the British accent.
When
Did you beg the white master to get a visa to the UK?
You know, when the same people have a bitter war, they have no choice but to beg the Muslim soldiers to come and fight for them.
Oh boy, now it was to beg the Muslim soldiers.
Sadly, the white colonial.
You know what? Next time we'll beg the Muslim jihadists not to kill the other Muslim in their own countries. We'll beg the Muslim jihadists and the terrorists not to kill their people. Yeah, we'll beg the Muslim jihadists not to kill people, right?
You see how you trying to interrupt me when I'm speaking the truth? You see how you trying to interrupt me when I'm speaking the truth? When you know majority of Nigerian military guys,
you got your Muslim brothers killing people in Mali and Burkina Faso and Niger. What are you guys doing about it? Why can't you come together as Muslim Brotherhood people and talk about it and tell them to stop killing?
Why Muslim or Christian? Who cares about the Muslim or Christian? I care about my brothers, whether you're African.
Yeah, who's killing your brother in Mali right now?
Yeah, it's our all black brothers and the Tuareg.
Who's killing them?
Most of the killing. Most of the done by the Tuareg.
No, the JNM are the one doing the killing, man. Stop it. Now you're trying to run away because Islamic terrorism. You're trying to protect them, man.
It's mixed, but majority Tuareg. But anyway, let's leave this alone, okay? What I'm trying to say is, Elvis, I said this to you before. Me as a person, you cannot pick a fight with me when it comes to Abrahamic religions. I washed my hands on that a long time ago.
I'm not picking a fight, brother. It's not even about you. This is not your religion. You're an Arab from Saudi Arabia. I'm telling you that the religion is destructive. It's not about you.
Why is it? Anytime to do Christian Muslims. No, but anything to do with Muslim, you generalize. But when
because they're terrorists, man. Don't you see? Can you open your damn eyes and see that they're killing a lot of people in our region? And when they're doing the killing, what are they saying? Are they saying Jesus Akbar or are they saying Allah Akbar? They're chanting an Islamic slogan while they're killing your people. What are you talking about, man?
When those white supremacists in the church in America or all over the world giving them guns, what did they say? Didn't they say Jesus Christ?
Are white supremacists in Mali killing the people right now?
No, who do you think when Obama
now you're gonna say it's white supremacists? Okay. When from everybody but the terrorists that's doing the killing.
When Obama bombed Libya, when Pete Hegseth was praying to Jesus on those American troops just now, not long ago. Have you seen that? You live in America?
You have to tell your Muslim friends, bro. We're Muslim. We love Allah. We're part of the Ummah. But the reality is the terrorists in our religion are killing a lot of Africans, and I can't stand for it. You have to make that. You have to make that confession to yourself, Al.
It's not a problem. It's not a problem. I don't have a problem with that.
The KKK are Christians, and then they're killing people.
Are the KKK killing people in Mali right now?
Are they Christians?
Elvis.
Are the KKK in Burkina Faso killing people, killing tomatoes, sellers in the truck? Are they in Nigeria killing people?
Are they Christians?
Is it this guy? Yeah, this guy. Elvis. What you trying to do?
Accountability. For nothing.
Never.
Your Muslim brothers are killing people like flies, and you're sitting here talking about KKK. What does KKK got to do with Muslim killing people in West Africa?
Elvis, why are you so dishonest, bro? Why are you so dishonest?
I'm asking my question. What does KKK have to do with Muslim killing other Muslims in West Africa?
You are very dishonest. When someone is asking you the question, and when
you guys just don't like to admit, you are part of a religion that is destroying our region. You have to admit that. Or you can't bring yourself to admit it. You want to blame everybody but the actual problem, which is the jihadists and the terrorists that's killing and destabilizing our region.
Yeah, so what you trying to do is...
Were they not Christian?
I don't know what the hell you talking about. The people killing our people in West Africa are not Christian and Muslim, and they're yelling Allah Akbar while they do it.
Yes or no? Were they Christian?
I don't know what you're talking about. All I know is the Muslims are killing people and yelling Allah Akbar. why they're doing
The
it.
Rwanda genocide, was
Right?
it not
Okay.
Christian?
Okay.
Yes or
Okay.
no?
Okay. 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 You know what? This is it. This is what I listen. What I noticed, right, from you. I strongly believe, Elvis, you're working for some kind of entity, some type of agent who
All
that's
right,
that's associated with the
remind them
religion.
to send
No,
me my check
that's
this month. I haven't
associated.
got my check yet. Go remind them to send me my check.
That's associated with a religion, okay? And I have spoken. Listen, I have spoken to loads of people who've been paid to come online or to set up webs, stuff online to talk about stuff and spread propaganda. It's fine. It's cool. I understand that, but you're not gonna get me into Christian and
So
Muslim bashing
you
because
think Islamic
I'm the
terrorism
wrong
is a
person for that.
propaganda, bro? We're not seeing the real
No,
effects of it. Is that what you're telling me?
Islamic terrorism, and Islamic terrorism is a global phenomenon. It's not just
Okay.
limited to Africa. Okay, that's one thing I can tell you. And
So whose fault is it? Is it a Christian fault about Islamic terrorism?
did I said that?
So you see
Why are you
how he
trying
So
to
just
put words in my mouth?
that's
You're
who I'm
thinking too
blaming.
much.
I'm blaming Islam
You're
for the
trying to be. You're
terrorists that
trying to be.
they're breeding and the terrorism they're
Then
spreading.
all from.
So what are you mad at me
All
for?
from.
We agree on that
What
point.
about the
Why?
What about the
I'm not
conquistadors? Did they
disagreeing.
not go
I'm
to
not
South
disagreeing with some of the
America
things that you said. Okay,
saying on the
but
form
why
form of
disagreeing
Jesus
with is
Christ?
when you're speaking
Get
over
out of here,
people
man.
because you're wrong. Yeah, it's when you're speaking over people because you're wrong. And when someone says something that is
Wrong on
actually
what?
counter your argument, you shout over them. Listen, let me just
Wrong
finish.
on
You just
what? We're having a
finish.
conversation. You're the one that said, I'm not talking to
When
you.
you're
I don't
having a
want to speak to you,
conversation with
Elvis.
someone, right?
Who does
No,
come
but
on the panel?
no, but
Elvis,
the reason why I don't want to speak to you
Elvis,
because you spread
listen,
propaganda and
Africa,
lies.
Africa,
You're
one
not
minute.
honest.
Africa,
What's the
Africa,
You're a very
propaganda
dishonest guy.
that they're jihadist terrorists in West Africa? That's propaganda.
Elvis, please.
God, this guy.
You do
I
know
think
that.
you're
You
a
do
Sounds
terrorist.
know.
dumb.
You
You
do know.
you have a terrorist?
I
Something.
think you are a terrorist. You're a terrorist. You're a terrorist sympathizer.
Oh man,
Because you're
come on, brother.
sympathizing with someone.
Don't do that
You
with me.
are. You
I
are.
detest
You're
terrorists, man.
some
Don't
form
say
of
that. That's the
terrorist.
worst insult you can ever say to me. I detest
If you think
terrorists.
the only type of terrorist out
Just
there
because you're
is
Christian don't mean you're not a
Islamic
terrorist.
terrorist,
You are a terrorist, man.
No,
yeah, I think you're a
I'm a
terrorist
terrorist for the
because
truth. I
you come from a
terrorize you with
country
the
who
truth
terrorist.
that you don't want to
no
admit in
no
yourself,
no no no
man.
you come
Every
from a
You
time
have
you
to
country
come on the
self-reflect
panel,
when I come on the
you always
panel. I'm
call
telling you,
no but
your
Elvis
people
Elvis
are
Elvis
committed,
every time you
Elvis
come on the
forgot
panel,
terroristic acts in
you
our
always
region,
calling
destabilizing our
deflecting,
countries, man.
you always
Elvis
arguing,
forgot you come
and
from a
guess what?
country
Those
who have
are the
deliberately killed
characteristics of the devil.
Anything you
Muslims
say about my
for their
country, fine,
Those
religion.
I
are the
accept it. You have to
characteristics of
accept
the
that your
devil.
people are
Because you
terrorists and they
sit here,
destabilize our
you
entire region.
argue, you're hostile, you're
You're not going to
emotional.
gitch gallop me. I'm not going
You
to defend
are
all your
you got the
accusations, right?
characteristics
My
of the
broader
devil.
point is that
You got the
Islamic terrorism
characteristics
is
of the devil.
destabilizing our region.
You got the
Facts.
characteristics of the devil.
Oh God. Listen, Elvis, and all of you, at the end of all this, what you have to realize is, I said to you before that West Africa is predominantly Muslim. So if all the Muslims in West Africa are Islamic terrorists and are chasing people, we will be at each other's throat. But that isn't the case. There is a small minority of people who, for whatever reason, and criminals can use any means to, currently they're using religion. That doesn't mean that every Muslim should be, apologetic. Well, we all speak against it, obviously. Nobody wants it. But it doesn't mean that it should be tagged to every Muslim that they all do. That's not fair, obviously. You cannot make an argument like that. And it doesn't advance anybody's cause.
And it's funny, my sis. I came here and I criticized those guys. Time and time, right?
You take
But
it
the
personal,
thing is,
Africa,
he,
because you know
hmm,
where you stand. And those people, they're
yeah,
killing more Muslims than anybody else. They're killing
yeah.
their
Exactly.
fellow Muslims.
That's why I'm saying this
Right.
guy's
They're
an agent.
killing
He's an agent.
Right.
They're attacking
Agent
the
of chaos.
Sahel
Agent of
because
chaos.
Yeah,
yeah,
agent of chaos.
they're
They're paid to
attacking the
come online to
Sahel
do this.
because
And I
they
bet you any
believe.
money he worked for some Christian organization. I
Okay,
bet you
just
any money
call
he
him.
worked for some Western
Send him a
organization.
fax
I know
from the
this
Muslims
man.
fighting
UK.
Muslims.
Send him a fax and tell him to pay my money, man. I need my paycheck this month. For real,
I'm
I'm not
telling
even
you,
playing.
Africa, he got the characteristic of the devil, man. Because what does the devil do? Cause confusion, disruption, hostile.
What does the terrorists do in Africa?
Those are the cats. And then this guy's supposed to be
What
Christian.
does the
Do Christians
terrorists
act
do?
like
Answer
that?
me, my brother.
Do
Are they
do
causing
Christians
death,
act like that?
destruction, and confusion amongst the people they're
Do
terrorizing?
Christians act like that? A true follower of Christ, do they act like that?
Act like
No, they
what?
Majority of
don't.
Christians,
No, they don't.
majority of normal
Say that
Christians,
somebody is
Christians
killing
that I
somebody.
know,
Stand on the
Christians
truth.
that I
Yeah, we
know,
stand on the truth.
majority of
Christians that I
normal
know,
Christians will not come
Christians
like
that I
you,
know,
Elvis.
We stand on the
We
truth.
know
We don't cower.
Christians that I know,
What you guys
we know
expect
when
from
the truth and
Christians to be like,
extreme.
oh,
Christians that I
turn the other
know,
cheek. Oh, we're all one. Nah, not me, man.
That I know.
Not me. I'm
Listen,
gonna get to your face. I'm gonna make you uncomfortable with the truth.
Listen, just because
I'm gonna make you
someone's a Christian
uncomfortable with
don't
the
mean they're a
truth. I'm not gonna sugarcoat a damn thing.
because
You're
someone
not
is
gonna
we know
get
you're
that
an
with me. Don't
extremist.
come by
You
out with me,
understand?
bro.
We know
You should
you're an
know that.
extremist.
He's
You just
not
like the
Christian, man.
jihadists in the Sahel. You're no
Yeah,
different to
yeah.
them.
Go tell
We
that
know
to the
you are.
actor jihadist that's killing people. I ain't killed nobody yet.
No, but we know you are.
He's not a
We know you
Christian.
are like them.
I ain't
You
killed
are one of
nobody
them.
yet, man. The jihadists are
But you're
killing
not
people. They
the
killed
Christian
Sadia
type. You're the
Kamara and his
extreme one.
entire family in his house, bro.
You're the
I ain't
Christian
done
one.
nothing like that
We
yet.
know. We know. You probably work with his
He
agencies
causes
as well.
confusion.
100%.
He
We know
lies.
you
He
do.
disrupts. The definition
Yeah,
of the
sure.
devil.
I mean, the quick thing you can
Definition of
do
the
is
You
to
work with
devil.
project.
Christian agencies,
You know
didn't
what
you?
you know what we do know?
And
A lot
the
of these
when we
devil.
Muslims
find
that's
out the
living abroad,
organization,
Seed
they
of
when we
sponsor
find out the
terrorists back
organization that
home
you
in
work
West
for,
Africa.
we
They
will
send
report
money to
you.
these
Revelation.
people and sponsor them. So I
Seed
don't trust no
When we
of
damn
find out
Muslim
the
trying to tell me I'm a
Satan.
terrorist when they're the one that
Seed of
sponsor
you
terrorists.
are
Satan.
Their
Seed
you
mosques,
of
are a
their
terrorist.
imam, they
Seed
You
sponsor
are an
of
terrorists.
extremist.
That's
When we
what they
find the
do.
Satan.
organization that you
Seed
work
of
for, we
Satan.
will expose
Yeah.
you and we'll
Yeah.
You
report you.
see
And
them
that
Every
over
people,
time he
there
comes,
people
killing
like
all the
yo,
you
Christians
Elvis,
in
just
we can
Nigeria,
sit there,
killing other
Africa,
people in the
Africa. We
Sahel,
can sit
and you
there
want
and
us to
have a
stay
Jesus
quiet about it? Hell
conversation.
nah, bro.
This guy will come over here and mention about
nobody's
religion
quiet
and
about
talk
it.
about
That's why
different
we come here
tribes
to
and stuff.
speak about.
I
Always
will
We
causing
speak
came
on it
here to
every
confusion.
time
speak
I come on
about
the
it.
platform because that's the real
We
issue.
came here to,
Confusion.
you come here to
Jedi,
promote
Confusion.
hate. You come here to
no,
promote
they
hate.
And
attached
then
You
the
do.
themselves to Al
funny
You know
part
that.
is
Qaeda.
Africa. He's not
They're
even
spreading
realizing
terrorism in the
the people
region.
of
They're
Mali,
killing Africans.
they are
I'm going to
Muslim,
speak
right?
on it. It's a
Prior to
real problem.
So how many?
2007, they barely had any terrorism prior to 2007.
Right.
Is that right, Africa? For centuries,
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
Muslim. They didn't have no freaking issues until
Yeah.
after
I told the guy
2007.
we had the longest street in African history, in the world history, us and these people. And the fact is, for a fact that we know for a fact America and France came and destroyed Libya. We came, we saw, and we
Right.
left.
And they
Okay,
were Christians
and
that funded it.
thank you. And they destroyed it. And the fact that we know, even earlier on the show, we done analysis on the show. The guy who owned the platform shows the analysis of why and how and what's going on, and some of the people who are training them, who are all Christian countries. No, that's not matter.
Oh
And the
boy.
fact that most of the
You
people,
see how you
most
guys
of
are
the
so
people who are dying,
pathetic?
and
No,
most
not
of the
You
people who are
prophetic.
guys are
dying
pathetic, man.
No, not
You're
most of the
prophetic.
trying to
people who are
equate
dying,
Christians with
So who's
Muslim when
funding
it
yeah,
them,
comes to
Elvis?
terrorism. Are you out
Who's
of your
funding them,
mind?
Elvis? Who's
The
yeah,
funding them,
Muslim
most
who's
of
Elvis?
the
killing the people out there
Who's
in
most of
funding
Burkina
them,
the
Faso, you
Elvis?
think they're crying on the Christians that killing
Funding
their
them,
people?
Elvis?
The
most of
Muslim
the
killing
people who
people
are
in
dying
Nigeria, you
are
think it's the
Who's
also.
Christians
funding them,
that's doing
Elvis?
it?
Who's funding them,
What are
You
you
see, now
Elvis?
you're
talking
bringing
about, man?
Nigeria
Who's
in it.
funding them, Elvis?
Anyway, let's move on.
When they
Let's
say
move on. Let's
Allah
move on.
Akbar, what does that mean? Is
Yo,
that a
listen, man.
Christian
We all
saying?
know you are of the seed of the devil,
When they're
man.
shouting Allah
Causing
Akbar, is that a
confusion,
Christian saying? Is that
causing
in our Bible?
disruption, always lying,
Okay.
always causing chaos on this panel.
Not causing
You
chaos. I'm
Yeah.
are
telling
the
you the truth
seed
that you
of
got
the
to come to
devil.
terms with,
You are
brother.
the seed
The
of the
truth
devil.
is your
Yeah.
You
Islamic
are the
brothers are
seed of the
terrorists and they're
devil. You
terrorizing
pray
our
to the
region.
devil.
That's the
You
fact.
pray to the devil. You don't pray
Okay.
to Jesus Christ. You pray to the devil.
Yeah.
We all
I
know
pray to
that.
Jesus
He's not a
Christ. You can
Christian.
pray to Jesus
We know. We
Christ.
know.
Jesus
You
We know.
deny
Christ.
We know.
Jesus
We know.
Christ as
You have
God.
to follow
We know.
Jesus
We know
Christ.
Christians
Jesus
don't
Christ
speak
is
like
king,
this.
You are not
brother.
a Christian.
Listen.
You are not a
Listen.
Christian.
He's not
You are the
Christian.
seed of the
Your
devil.
Quran
He's
said
not.
he didn't commit
You
any
He's not.
are of
sin.
the
He
seed
didn't
of
He's
the
die
not
on the
a
devil.
cross.
Christian.
He's
Do you know
gonna
how
come
I know
and
he's not a
judge
Christian?
all of you
Satan,
Muslims.
Do you
get
know how I know
behind
he's not a
me.
Christian?
Jesus
Satan,
is
See,
get
do you know
king,
how I
behind
know
brother.
this
me.
guy is not a Christian?
And
Is
Satan,
he
how
get
didn't
he spoke
preach
about
behind me.
anything about
is how he spoke
terrorizing
about
Get
people.
Islam.
behind me.
He didn't preach
Satan, get
anything about
behind me.
committing
Satan,
acts of
get behind
terrorism and
me.
going to heaven and
Satan,
getting
get behind
72
me.
virgin. Jesus didn't
Get
preach none of that
behind
Yeah.
me.
nonsense.
Satan,
This
get
guy is not a
behind me.
Christian.
Satan,
100%. You
get
know,
behind
if
me.
you're a Christian, I'll report you to the organization that you work for. You're not a Christian because Christian does not behave like you. They don't talk like you. They
No,
don't say
because
the
that's
words
what
that
you
you
guys
say about
expect. You
another
think
human
Satan, get
Christians should be
being.
behind me.
weak
I
Get
can
and
behind
guarantee
me,
you.
Satan.
meager, you
You are the
know,
seed of the
and succumb to your nonsense because they're afraid of terroristic reprisal. I'm not afraid of that nonsense. I tell you to your
Okay,
face.
that's fine.
Oh, the devil.
Okay, that's fine.
I ain't afraid of the
If you're
damn
really that serious
terrorists.
about going inside, why didn't you send some of your Liberian boys over there that been killing people in Liberia to go and kill some of these terrorists for us, man?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. The terrorists are your people. You need to go and fight them. You need to go read some hadiths to them and read some surahs to them and some ayahs to them and make sure that they stop killing those people in the Sahel region.
What did they get paid? Where did they get the weapons?
Man, we gave this guy enough attention.
He's blaming everybody but the people that's killing the other African. Where they get the weapons? Where they get the funding?
Yeah.
Where they get the finger to do the pulling of the trigger? Where they get their fingers from?
Are they not Christian?
Where they get their fingers from? You're talking about.
Are they not Christian?
You could go to a Walmart right now and buy a gun. The clerk that sells you that gun, they didn't make you go do a mass shooting. That's what you don't understand, you fool.
We don't worry.
The individual has to have a mind, brain, and go and target a couple people and kill them. The gun himself is not killing the people. The people that pull the trigger are the ones killing the people.
You know the last time
So don't try to talk nonsense. Go for it.
You know the last time we had this conversation, you nearly lost your country. Carry on. Trust me. It's coming.
You know what's so funny?
It's coming. Is that a threat? Are your jihadist brothers gonna take our country?
What's so funny?
I know I know the British government know what you're talking about. We're gonna play this tip. We're gonna send it to the British people over there. You make it to
send it to them.
Say it again, Al. Repeat that loud and clear. Everybody be quiet. Say it again, Al.
The last time we spoke about this hatred, you know you.
No. Don't qualify. You said we're gonna lose our country, right? Say it.
Yeah, the last time you spoke about all this hatred, you nearly
say it again, Al. Don't bitch out on it now. Say it. Say it, bro.
He hate Muslims. He said out his mouth. He said, I hate Muslims.
I hate dirty Muslim terrorists. I hate them for sure.
Thank you. He said it.
Yeah, I hate Muslim terrorists.
And
I hate them.
I hate every terrorist Christian. How about that?
All right, you're fair to hate the terrorist Christians. I hate terrorist Muslims.
Yeah.
I hate terrorism. I hate any form of terrorism.
Yeah, I hate Muslim terrorism, man.
I hate any form of terrorism, whether it's Muslim, Christian, non-Muslim, non-Christian.
You always try to equivocate. The reality on the ground is that no Christians are doing terrorism. They're not going out there killing Muslims, going to their mosques and killing them. You go to Nigeria, you see Muslims going to church on Christian, kidnapping them, holding them for ransom. And you expect me to think that we're the same or we're doing the same kind of evil on the continent? We're not.
Okay.
It's not even a measurement. Islamic jihadists are doing far more harm to other Africans than any other Christian in that country. You know that. I'm just not afraid to say it to you guys.
You're not making no sense, dude.
Okay, cool. That's fine. We heard you now, yeah? So
you heard me.
You get some pay rise from your masters that page.
Yeah, tell them to send my check. I'm on the check. Tell them to cut the check.
I don't ever take me with the UK. I live in the UK. We are very religious tolerant here. You know, Muslim, Christian, non-Muslim, we live along with peace. We don't claim to, law-abiding people. We don't call them criminals or terrorists for no reason. And that's what the propagandists do.
When was the last time we saw a Christian strap a bomb to his chest and blow him and go to Sadio Kamara house and blow up himself and his family?
When the last time a Christian? I think we had that last month in Ireland. He was a Catholic. Anyway, let's move on, please. Just shut up.
You're a damn liar.
Shut your fucking mouth, bro.
You're a damn liar, bro. Now he's getting close to the bone. Let it hear, Al.
Let's
face the reality, man. Muslims are easily, radicalized, man.
Africa, you want to hear something so funny, right? If they had 12,000,
the IRA been killing our British soldiers for years. Who are Catholic.
You had a Muslim tie a bomb to himself and went to Sadio Kamara house and blew up himself in a car and killed that man and his entire family. Was that a Christian doing it or was that a Muslim doing it?
Muslim, in the north, they're quick to sell out their brothers for money.
Yeah. Go on there, man.
That type of Muslim in that north, they're quick to sell out.
You're right, bro.
Problem as well.
Liberia, right? What would have happened to Liberia? Within 48 hours, they would have collapsed.
If it wasn't Sani Abacha, who is a Muslim Kanuri guy, what would have happened to Liberia? Liberia would have just been done and dusted. Everything.
Al, first of all, I concede, right? Second of all, you have to concede that the Muslim terrorists are destabilizing our region. Say that. Got your tongue? Say it. Muslim terrorists are destabilizing West Africa. Say it, Al. Anything you say about my country, I agree. I concede to all your points. Let's concede that Muslim terrorists are destabilizing our region.
Let me just say one thing. Muslim terrorists have been destabilizing majority of West Africa, sponsored by different entities.
Don't say sponsored by nothing. That's what they do. They're trying to quantify sponsor by. You're such a slippery hypocrite, man.
Yo, Africa. He
thinks that
have
you heard this, bro?
Where the hell they get the weapons from? But he would never want to talk about that.
Yeah, you listen to what
I keep talking about weapons. Look, people who are Christians and non-Christian can buy arms from anybody. It's not about who's buying the arms. It's about the ideology. That's what I'm attacking. A thug in a hood can go buy guns from an arms dealer or from the black market, but he's not going out to
Elvis,
kill people because they're
Elvis,
Christians.
man charge. Listen to this, Elvis. Then let's talk the argument
So
down,
I
right?
have a quick
Man
question.
charge.
My
No,
brother.
1 second. He just
Okay,
asked me
go ahead.
about the UK. Okay, man charge.
Mhm.
After this, Elvis, please. You know how you love eating vultures. I don't know any human race in this planet after I ate vultures. You know how you
I
love
don't even know
eating
what
them.
you're talking
I can
about, you
smell
fool.
your.
I came into this country at 10
Liberian ate
years old. I didn't
vultures
eat
during
any
the war.
vultures, so I don't know what you're talking
It was
about.
about $120 during the war in Liberia.
Africa,
You know, yeah. No, let me.
Africa. So
No, 1 second.
look,
Man
Africa.
charge. God give 1 second. Man charge after explosion at a police station. Yeah, IRA. Okay, now IRA, the Catholic. A man has been charged with an attempted murder after attack on was that Dunmurry police station. That was on Saturday. That's the 1st of May, 2026.
What did this
It was
happen?
a Catholic. It was a Catholic terrorist.
You say it happened
Catholic
where?
terrorist in
Island, is it Island?
Dunmurry.
You're talking about the
Yeah, you're talking about the RRA. Those guys who've been fighting that war for so long. You think that they're killing people in the name of Christ? Are they saying Christ
Are they not
Allah?
Catholic?
Catholics,
Are they not
Catholics,
Catholic?
Catholics.
Are they not Catholic?
That's a rebel group, you fool. They're not killing people based on
my
religious
God.
ideology.
Oh my God.
Africa.
God.
What's your
You guys are
point? What point
ridiculous.
are you trying to
Now
bring out?
you're fetching, you're clutching at straws, man.
What's your point? What were you trying to say? You're trying to say not all Muslims are terrorists. Is that what you're trying to say?
That's my point. That's number one. Not all Muslims are terrorists. No,
Did I say all Muslims are terrorists?
Majority of Muslims do not support terrorism.
No, I say I hate Islamic terrorists.
Majority of Muslims. Okay, not all Christians support white supremacy. Majority of Christians are not white supremacists. Majority of people who are really Christian and Muslims live together in peace and harmony. They love each other.
But we're not talking about that. The good Muslims who are not killing people, I got no problem with them. The terrorists who are destabilizing our region, those are the people I keep attacking. So don't conflict the two things.
We have minority. We have minority of religious people in the world who are extremists. Okay, and this happens to be, like the radical people.
Well, what are you talking about?
Which I think
your Quran, your books tells you that if you kill somebody in the name of Allah, you get 72 virgins in Jannah. What are you talking about, man?
Now he's talking about books.
This is in your religious text. Nobody in the Bible will tell you that Christ told you to go kill people and you'll get virgins when you go to heaven. Our Bible don't tell us that nonsense.
As well, yeah. The problem is that it's the ideology as well.
Right.
Ideology is widespread. That's the problem as well. You get me?
God gift.
What is that?
Let's not make this as a religious conversation because we don't come here for Bible or
No. Look, yeah. You know, I'm trying to put religion aside. You get me? Because religion.
Let's do that now. Let's do that.
It's a thing where when you get into religion, it just keeps on going and going and going. There's no end. Yeah.
Okay. This is why. Let me just make this thing clear. Okay. I come from Sierra Leone. We are one of the most religious, tolerant people in the world. My culture, how I was brought up, I got family members who are Muslim. I got family members who are Christian. Okay. In fact, I was watching a Sierra Leone blogger the other day. He went to church, right? And he saw his neighbor, and he's like, "What are you doing in here?" You know what his neighbor said to him? He said, "Man, my entire family are Muslim. Is there anything wrong if I'm a Christian?"
A good Muslim is a non-terrorist Muslim. If you're not a terrorist Muslim, you're good. If you're a terrorist Muslim, I understand you. It's just that simple, bro.
The fundamentals are shared by the majority. That's the problem. I think that's what they're trying to say. That the fundamentals, of Islam is shared by the majority. You see that mindset, which I'm trying to say that needs to change, and creed needs to come in.
Do you know the last Africans we have? I live in the UK. The only two Africans that ever were involved in terrorism and actually succeeded in the UK, God gift, are actually not Northern Nigerians. These are three Yoruba guys who are the Bolaji. Remember that guy?
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
these
no,
are Southern
it was the
Nigerians,
7-7,
and
isn't it? Is it the 7-7? The
Southern
Yeah,
London.
but what
Nigerians.
ties them together?
You never hear. You never heard. Shut up. You never hear.
The
You never had.
Bulaji
You
thing
never.
I saw, I think
Can you just
BBC
shut
Africa
up?
Eye,
What about the
right?
Crusaders?
He's a
Shut up.
What
I
about
Muslim.
don't want to hear
Christian?
you. I
What
don't want
about
to
the
hear
He's
you,
a
Crusaders?
bro.
Muslim. He's the
I
grand.
don't
He was
want
the
to hear you,
grandson of one
Elvis.
of the founders of Boko Haram. What are you talking about, man?
Synagogue of Satan,
No,
man.
Adebolaji
He's
is
the
Yoruba.
grandson of
He's
one of the
Yoruba.
founders of
He's a
Boko
Yoruba.
Haram. What are you
He's a
talking about?
Yoruba. He's a Yoruba.
He's the grandson
He's
of one of
Yoruba.
the founders of Boko Haram, bro.
He's from
We saw
southern
the video.
Nigeria.
They gave you his background,
Ade.
and he's a Muslim. You
He's
know
a
what
Yoruba.
ties him? He's not a terrorist because
Yeah,
he's a
why?
Yoruba. He's a terrorist because he's a Muslim.
But I'm not saying he's a Southerner. He's a Southern Nigerian.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. That's what we're
And you sit
saying.
there and say, "Oh, the
Anybody can be a terrorist.
Southerners."
Once you become a Muslim, then you can become a terrorist.
Oh, now you understand the point, bro. Yeah,
But hey,
this guy's a
Africa,
dummy, bro.
The guy's a promised 70. The guy even said it in the interview. You saw it, right? He said that he was promised 72 virgins if he,
even in the chat,
as a martyr.
You notice Africa.
He said it in the interview. He was promised 72 virgins in his books, in the Muslim books.
Right?
Yeah,
When you
Masik. Yeah,
said
go on. Yeah.
Africa, you noticed that when you bought the IRA and you said those people were Catholics, what did he say? He called them rebels.
Why you argue with this? I don't know why you argue.
Do they have a manifesto that say that they're killing people in the name of Jesus? Is that what they say? Are they terrorizing people in the name of Jesus? Is that what they say? I mean, you're a fool, man. The Muslims are saying that they want to bring a caliphate. They want to establish law. That's not what the IRA is not fighting to establish Christendom in Ireland. That's not what they're fighting for.
Africa.
Their ideology is not that.
Look, the thing is, we have to be factual.
Hold on, brother. Hold on.
Yeah, let Masik say.
We have to be factual with the situation. You know what I'm saying? We can't, sugarcoat. We can't sugarcoat.
Hold on, my brother.
We only do that here, but Elvis is
Yeah, we can't sugarcoat this, man, because the fundamentals are shared by the majority.
Yeah, that's true. I agree.
But you know what's so funny though, right? But when we say, "Hey, these people are mercenaries," what does Elvis say? No, they're Muslim. They're Muslim.
Are you stupid? Don't you know I read your hadiths and your Quran?
And you know what? Do you know what they do? Do you know what they do?
These people are terrorists, bro. They're jihadists.
Trying to make a point.
They say themselves. They call themselves JNIM. The I in the JNIM stands for Islamic. The I in JNIM stands for Islamic. What are you talking about? They're affiliated with Al Qaeda. What are you talking about, man?
Okay. We heard you now. We heard you. I think enough. I think it's enough. It's just listen. Don't ignore this guy.
You just butthurt. You're part of a religion that breeds terrorists, man.
Listen, man.
I'm mad on you on this second.
It don't affect me. I'm just calling you out.
It affects you because you're damn near on the verge of tears right now, man.
I'm not on the tears because you a liar.
Elvis,
nah, bro. You guys have Muslim terrorists destabilizing the Sahel, and you want to blame everybody but those terrorists. It's a damn shame.
The people on the comment section is calling you on your bullshit. Because they know you're a bullshitter.
I'm not reading the comments. I'm talking to you. The people in the comments can comment. That's their right. I'm telling you, your Muslim brothers are destabilizing the Sahel. And you come in to make a case for the Sahel, but you don't go and make a case against the terrorists that's doing all the killings in that region.
Why are you on this panel
causing
confusion?
You finished?
I'm not causing confusion. I'm only bringing the spotlight to the truth. Muslim terrorists are causing a lot of problems in our region.
We're trying to sit here and have a dialogue. You over here causing
No, you're trying to bullshit the point, like you're trying to intellectualize it, and you're glossing over the main point. Islamic terrorism in West Africa. That's the main point.
Causing confusion. Why are you causing confusion?
Not confusion. Truth is the truth.
It's causing confusion for a reason.
It only confuses you because you're part of it.
At night, bro.
No, it's only confuses you because your people are part of it.
Every time you come here, you're always complaining about something, man.
No, I'm not complaining. I'm only drawing focus to the truth, man. You guys support terrorists.
You got diabetes.
Call out the terrorists and call for action against the terrorists.
Do you have high cholesterol, man? I don't know. You sound like you got a little bit fat in your throat, man.
Everything you say, I agree with you, right? The only thing I'm going to tell you is that those guys are terrorists. They're Muslim terrorists. As long as you agree with that fact, we're good. You can call me all the names you want. I don't mind. You guys support Muslim terrorists in the region.
I like a vulture, bro. This man eating vultures like anything.
You guys support Muslim terrorists. Call me anything you want. Send them in my country. All of that is water off my back. The only fact here is that those Muslim terrorists are destabilizing West
Never see
Africa.
you come in the panel.
That's the fact.
No form of peace.
Okay,
You always
let's
causing
move on. Let's
confusion.
move
You're
on.
always arguing with everybody. For
Yeah,
everybody.
you argue
Muslim
with everybody to
terrorists
be
are
something.
destabilizing West Africa.
Always causing confusion, man.
Nope. That's a
Those are the
fact. Agree.
characteristics
Agree
of the
with
devil.
the facts, and there will be no confusion, man. Sick.
Of the devil. Get behind
Agree with the
Satan.
fact that no confusion. Muslim jihadist terrorists are terrorizing West Africa.
What did Jesus
Yeah,
say
I agree with that. I said Muslim
Okay,
jihadist
see,
terrorists
yeah,
are
we got
terrorizing
an
West
agreement,
Africa.
Al. Now get your little
Satan.
peon to agree with you too. That Muslim
Okay,
terrorists are destabilizing our region.
Okay. Mansik is right. You know what they say, to satisfy the fool, give him the rights, give him the benefits. Yeah, go on, V.
No, I mean, there's no point in carrying on with the religious argument. It's not going to go anywhere because religion is something that people are born into. They decide to follow it or sometimes decide not to follow it. And if most religion or religious people is a personal conviction. Many people, that's millions of people who are religious in the world.
Unless if you're a religious fanatic, you know, you are not able to see beyond.
There are a few
or like some kind of narcissist.
religious fanatics that go around causing distraction. You cannot go around generalizing that everybody is a religious because they are subscribed.
V, I want you to tell me the Christians fundamentalists in Ghana who are going out there killing people in the name of Christ.
You've had a long run. Let me just tell you something. If you look in history, right? Christians at some point were doing similar stuff to what some of these Islamic fundamentalists are doing. If you look in history, there were Christians doing similar things.
Tell us that they were killing in the name of Christ. I want you to tell me.
Yeah, they were going on crusade in the name of Christ. They were killing. They were
where? Give us the historical.
Let the sister speak. I want to hear the woman speak, please.
There's a lot of Christian wars, you know, and there was people that were burned at the stake.
Yeah, you're conflating it.
Even in England,
you're a Christian. Your Bible don't tell you to go kill anybody in the name of Christ. Their hadith in the Quran tell them to do that. And that it will give them a reward. It will give them whores. It will give them whores in heaven that they're so white you can see through their bone marrows. It gave them promises of virgins if they kill people in the name of Allah. Our Bible don't tell us that, V. Don't equate the two things.
There were religious zealots. There were Christian religious zealots that were burning people at the stake, calling them witches. It was done in the name of.
Did our Bible tell them to do that?
It was done in the name of Christianity. What did the Bible
Did the Bible tell them to do that? The Quran tell them to do this. That's what I'm telling you. They even promised them virgins when they get to Jannah.
Hand in your sandals and pick up swords.
They even gave them a reward.
This guy wants to drag us into religious.
Somebody would also tell you that the Quran, when you talk about jihad, it talks about your own personal conviction with the jihad.
You don't know what jihad means. You're just making up stuff.
Yeah, it's a personal struggle. I know what it is. I know what it is. Don't tell me I don't know what it is.
Some people will read it and misinterpret it and then use it as a means. Now, to me, I believe these people that do this sort of thing, they are criminals. There's nothing to do with
They're terrorists.
As a standpoint, terrorists, criminals, whatever.
You can call them terrorists, criminals, whatever you call them. You know, they're using whatever religion, or maybe they've been brainwashed, or maybe they just happen to be evil people. Whatever it is, Elvis, okay? I don't want to.
Yeah, fine. You can call them that, but I'm telling you right now, they're the main problem in that region we call the Sahel. That's the point that I'm making.
Listen, okay, I'm not arguing your point, but the problem is,
Elvis, who is fighting these? Who's fighting those religious fanatics in the
country? The fellow Muslim brothers, right?
They're Muslims.
So who's the problem there? Is it Christian who's the problem, or the Muslim terrorists that trying to destabilize those countries?
Well, there are people behind them. I don't know who they are.
They're funding them, but you don't want to talk about
who do you think gonna come and enjoy the mineral after all those Muslims kill each other, all these Muslims kill each other, wipe each other out? Who do you think is gonna come and dig that place and enjoy the mineral resources?
The Arabs
and continue to
the white Arabs are gonna come back down south and take over.
Who are the biggest exploiters of Africa today when it comes to mineral resources?
France.
I'm telling you, France is not in there killing people.
I feel sorry.
Muslim
Honestly,
jihadi that's killing people
I
in
don't
that
know how
region.
you
He
was
doesn't
brought
even
up.
know the
I don't know your
definition of a
parents'
Boko
background.
Haram are not
war.
Frenchmen
I don't know what
speaking wee
school.
wee and
Elvis,
He doesn't
bonjour.
even know.
Elvis,
There are other
listen,
Africans that's
Elvis,
killing people in northern
Elvis.
Nigeria
I don't know
Yo,
who are
who
bro, I'm
brought you
Muslims.
up,
telling you,
Elvis.
he
It's
just
just that
raised
Listen,
up
simple,
I don't know
bro.
who
peanuts.
brought
Stop the
you up,
cap.
or your
He
You
got a
credentials,
can't
your
brain of a peanut.
rationalize and you
background,
can't
He got a
intellectualize it.
or
brain of
school
a.
that,
The reality
or
is
which school you
Islamic
went to.
jihadists are
There's no
destabilizing
Yeah.
reason
our
of
region.
having an intellectual
That's a
Okay,
fact.
okay.
conversation because all you
Do
Manzik,
do
you
I don't know
know?
who
is
Do
brought
you
this
know
cause
guy
that?
up
confusion.
and how
You
he
got a
was
Do you
brain
brought
of
up.
a
know that
peanut. You got a
aiding and
brain of a
Yeah,
peanut.
abetting is
Everyone
also
knows
a
that.
crime?
Everyone knows
You
that.
know,
yeah.
Everyone
No,
knows
but
aiding
that.
and
listen,
abetting is also a
Listen
crime.
up. When I can tell. Listen, I can tell you come
All right,
from a
guys.
decent background.
I just got back. Let me read these super chats. FJ
Why
line
did you leave so
5499 holla.
long?
Elvis, the deputy leader of JNIM is Fulani. His name is Amadou Kufa.
Thank
JNIM is
you.
primarily
I
Tuareg,
didn't know it was Fulani.
but they also have Fulani Sultan Arabs with them.
Elvis is the deputy leader. Is it okay?
Gift of God, Star
No,
North.
I mean,
Thank you for £3. We have to be factual. The fundamentals is shared. We'll
Yeah.
roll for about
Thank
15.
you.
We'll roll for about 15 minutes. Then we
now I'm
we'll
just
shut
gonna
it.
have my say quickly and leave. You
Okay.
know,
Okay.
I come from a family where you find all the religion in Africa in there. I come from a family that you find Muslims. They're very small, but they're there. You have Christians and you have African traditionalists. My grandparent, two of them, they were African staunch African traditionalists, you know, and there some of their siblings were baptized into Christianity and so forth. So for me, I'm very relaxed about religion. I don't
We're
see
very
people.
humble, Christian and Muslim. We're very great people. We're humble. We love each other. There's
They've
no big
always
I
been
deal.
a
don't see
secular
people and
place.
immediately attach them because
No,
they're coming from this religion or this background. They must be
no, it
this A,
doesn't
B,
matter.
C, and D. It doesn't
African
work like
first.
that, you know.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that.
It's,
So we
And
have
V
to learn to be harmonious with each other, you know,
and
and accept the
okay.
fact that if
I'll
you
let
like it or
everyone
and
not,
speak. I'll come last.
it's a
and V
big. Hmm?
and V. I was gonna say something too. If you ask myself, yourself, and Africa, no one will not sit here and applaud what's going on in the Sahel.
Of
Everyone would
course,
condemn it. So
yeah.
any insane person that wants to sit here and say this is a good thing, it's not. And like I said, yes, even though I'm a Muslim myself, I don't like this thing that's going on. But I know for right now they had to fight
What's
and they
the
saw
thing
the
that's
truth.
going on, man? Sick
Stop
terrorism. Say
interrupting
the
me,
word.
I'm
man.
not talking
Please.
to you, dude, man. We've been talking for
The
like
thing.
2
Say the
hours,
word,
dude.
man.
Listen, I'm
It's
not talking
Islamic
to you,
terrorism
man.
that's going on.
I'm
It's
not
not a thing.
talking to you, man. I'm not talking to you, man. Thank you.
Hypocrite.
So V, like I was saying, right? No one's
Christian
not gonna
versus
sit there and say
Muslim.
that they
That's his
want this,
name from
man.
now on.
You know, we condemn it regardless if you're Christian, regardless if you're Muslim, regardless of your traditions. Like I said, if you're going over there terrorizing people, you're a terrorist. Everyone can agree to that, right? After you
Yeah,
finish
of
that,
course
right?
I agree.
Thank you.
Christian
But
versus
I mean, you
Muslim.
got this guy. For some reason, I don't know. Every time he comes in the panel, he always
He's been paid.
disrupts, always causing
This
confusion,
my work for a
always
Christian
saying there
organization
like right.
as well. That's
And
a
he
sad fact.
No, I mean, we all have to just live and let live, you know, and
Can you imagine someone
right,
that is
right.
religious supposed to be preaching peace? Man's sake,
And
these guys
then
supposed
he's
to be
right.
here preaching
No, that's
cohesion.
what you expect
He's
the
causing
Christians to
confusion.
do, to be meek,
Right.
to be preaching peace and not to fight the Islamic terrorists. And that's not what we're not
What are
doing
you
that.
fighting?
You are
What are you
not a
We're not
fighting?
doing
Christian. I
that.
got Christians in my family. They
Who are
don't
you
act like
fighting? You
you,
fight
man.
your own black brother. You come here to fight your own black brothers. Who's actually
Right.
fighting the
And look,
terrorism?
Oh,
Or you just
the other
talking?
black Muslim that's killing their black brothers. What's worse?
right?
Arguing online and killing people.
Africa.
What's worse?
Yeah. Go on, man.
Africa. This
Okay.
thing
Yeah.
has been going on. This thing has been going on for 2 hours and 30 minutes, and this dude's been arguing with us for damn near an hour and a half.
Christian
No
versus
damn
Muslims.
dialogue, no nothing, causing confusion. We can't even sit and
Yeah.
have a conversation without him bringing up
I'm only reminding you
nonsense.
of Islamic terrorists that's terrorizing the Sahel. That's all.
Listen, dude, we know about you, man. He causing confusion. If you don't understand that these people are funding proxy wars, then y'all feel sorry for you, man.
Stop with that
You need
bullshit.
help.
That's what I keep saying. Proxy
Yo,
wars.
you need
There's
help,
no
man.
proxy. Guys are actually
You need
killing
help.
people in the Sahel. What are you
You
talking
need
about?
help.
Proxy wars.
So who you
Christian
think
versus
funded?
Muslim.
The
Yo, this
people pulling
guy.
the trigger are
versus Muslim.
the real threat. They're the one killing people.
Yo, you see
Christian
this,
versus
right? You
Muslim.
see this?
Let the man speak.
Right. Hey, thank you. Like it's just so sad that you have a grown ass man that doesn't understand the fundamentals of a proxy war. Like let's talk about history, right? Let's talk about the 1980s when Russia went to Afghanistan, right? Who funded the Mujahideen? Who gave them those weapons, right? The U.S., right? Is that not a form of a proxy war?
Right.
Thank
And
you.
who is this guy looking up to at the moment? Are they not looking up to the guy in Syria? They said it. The Tuareg. They said they're inspired by the guy in Syria, this terrorist in Mali.
Right. And then guess what? That guy, and then guess what? That guy,
you guys should be labeled as terrorist sympathizer, because that's what you are.
That guy,
You're a terrorist sympathizer. That's what you're doing right now. You're trying to equivocate here. These guys are terrorists. There's no equivocating.
Yo, man, just calm down.
Christian versus Muslim. Let the man.
You guys are terrorists, man. Like somebody say in the chat, Islam equals cancer, and that person is right. But it's spread, it metastasized. Terrorism is spreading in our region. And you guys are talking about
let the man
proxy wars.
Let him land. You can't
talk about.
He gets invited to. So look, you know what's so interesting? You got that guy from Syria who's a known terrorist, right? But for some reason, France, the UK, Canada, the US put a little makeup on and say, "Hey, nah, you a president, man. No, we respect you, man. You all about democracy, man. Forget about all the dirty."
You're a damn fool. The guy went and overthrew a government. He went in there by force and took out Assad. What do you want him to do?
You just said that Muslims were terrorists.
He's a terrorist. Yes, he's a terrorist, but he won the war. They didn't put him there. He went in there and he defeated a sitting president and kicked him out.
If he's a terrorist,
what about Taliban in Afghanistan?
Wait, hold on. If he's a terrorist, why is
he's a terrorist? Not if he's a terrorist.
Why is France? Why is the UK? Why is the US embracing an ex-terrorist? Explain.
Go ask them. Don't ask me that.
No. Explain that to us, Elvis.
I don't explain. I don't answer stupid questions. Go ask them. I'm telling you, the problem in our region is Islamic terrorism. That's my main point. All that other nonsense you're talking about is peripheral.
So now you're deflecting now. You can't answer the
question. Not deflecting. I don't answer stupid questions. Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, he's a terrorist. Just like your fellow Muslim brothers in the Sahel. They're all terrorists.
Why are Christian presidents hugging?
I'm telling you, he's a terrorist. I agree with you.
So why are they hugging with a terrorist?
I don't know. People hug Yasser Arafat. He was a terrorist.
Okay, so that
okay then.
So that should tell you something, right? They must have.
Tell me what.
There's something behind it. That should tell you something, right?
That the Muslim killing the other Muslim in the Sahel, the Muslim killing Christians in Nigeria. What does that tell me about them? That they're not terrorists?
And they're embracing this guy. That means there's special interest. That means they
special
want
interest.
There, right?
You know, the Africans are just too stupid. They're just pawns in the white man's game, right? They're too stupid to go on jihad on their own. They're too stupid to be terrorists by their own conviction. Is the white man making them do it?
Listen, look at you right now.
Is it the white man making the terrorists be terrorists? I'm asking that question. Tell me.
You're over here arguing about.
Are they too stupid to be terrorists by their own agency?
Arguing about religion. And
are you too stupid to be terrorists by their own agency?
You were the one that's talking about religion this whole time.
No, I'm telling you, terrorists, Islamic terrorists are the region's problem. That's the point I'm making. Anything else is peripheral.
A simple man with a simple brain will never be able to analyze.
Common sense is common sense is everybody, brother. I use common sense with my logic.
Come on.
You can't intellectualize terrorism. You won't fall into that.
Come on. I feel bad for your kids, man. I feel bad for your wife, man.
Common sense.
Hey, yeah. We're not doing that. And with that being said, everyone, thanks so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, family. Dennis Mir, search for Huru.
Thank you, Dennis.